What's good? What's good? We back. We back. Finally, Premier League is back. Derby day settings on our first day back. Welcome everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing okay. Man, I'm I'm just beyond excited, man. Football every 3 days. Every 3 days there's football. As much as I'm excited, I'm also nervous. I'm also what's the word? What's the word? It's not fair, but I'm just skeptical about our injuries, about our players. There's a lot to talk about. I got my guy with me who's gone himself and he's recharged himself. He flew abroad. He said, nah, Faz, Premier League is off. Let me go get charged up. Let me go put myself in some sun like Sui. It's his birthday. He said, let me go and get some vitamin D. And when I come back, he didn't just come back by himself. He brought the main man, Tony Marshall, with him. Round of applause and big welcome to Griggs, man. Welcome, Griggs. Thank you very much. How you doing?
Good, my bro. How you doing?
How you doing? Talk to me, man. How was your time off?
Bro, actually, it was much needed. Much needed. It was perfect. No football, so I just 2 weeks without football, 2 weeks in the sun, Mediterranean Sea. Got some, like you said, got some vitamin D in me, and it was nice. Now we're back. Football, like you said, football every 3 days. So we're locked
Yes,
in.
sir. Yes, sir. Listen, it's exciting times, man. This is what a time to be alive. Straight football every 3 days. I think we've got three home games back to back as well.
Yeah.
Three home games back to back. World Cup straight after. It's a lot to dissect, Griggs. Firstly, happy belated birthday. It was your birthday. You
Thank you.
just turned 18 years old.
Nah,
Man,
nah, not 10.
congratulations.
I turned 22. 22.
Yo, you look 18 to me, man. You do not look 22.
I
You
take
do
that.
not look
I
22.
take that as a compliment.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, you were there. You were very quiet, like me as well. We've all been very, very quiet during the international break and all of that. Football, football's off. Nobody talks much. But before we jump into the derby day and get into the nitty gritty of all this, right? How was your how was your time away watching Man United players on international break? I'll let you start, then I'll come and give my part.
Yeah, so I actually didn't watch that much Nations League. I caught a couple games. The one I really watched was the England Germany. That's like the one I really really watched. That was like the biggest game. And
Okay.
funny enough, that was the funniest game because Harry Maguire had the absolute stinker of all stinkers in that
Damn.
game.
Tell me about it.
Luke Shaw decided to be a nah. It's not. You know, Luke Shaw, this guy for England, like he decides to become the Roberto Carlos guy, looking all
Yep.
fit and everything. But come for United, I don't expect much from him. But that
Yep.
was interesting. I heard Lisandro Martinez play good for Argentina, but that's business as usual. That's like one of the best center backs in the world. The biggest concern though was Ronaldo for
Yep.
Portugal. I did watch the highlights of that Spain Portugal game, and this guy, he just looks mentally like worn down, which is no coincidence why he's gone to a psychologist. One of the best, like I think one of the best psychologists in the world. I forgot his name, but he's
Yep.
seeing him. So something's going on with Ronaldo. The summer must have taken a toll on him, and he looked terrible. And like the Portuguese fans started booing him in that game, which
Yep.
is kind of sad, weird to see because this is their best footballer of all time. He made them a relevant country. He won them their first international trophy. So I hope that all. Obviously, I had all my like problems with Ronaldo during the summer and everything to start the season, but I hope he does get better and he's a part of the team. So I need him to get better and contribute. So that's pretty much it. What I gathered from international break.
It doesn't help when you've got Ronaldo in your squad and he doesn't perform in the international level, but then Dallo does. It doesn't really help our credibility, does it?
No.
It doesn't. But does Ronaldo have credit in the bank? This season, he doesn't. He's not been doing nothing this season. So we can't even turn around and say, yeah, this, that, the other. He's got nothing, nothing to give. And all of a sudden, now we've heard Tony Martial and Rashford are back. Man, what is this, a Ten Hag masterclass incoming?
It's possible. I don't, bro. Ten Hag, he has that Pep in him. Pep always lies to the media about players being healthy and everything. I guess Ten Hag also inherited that trait because all week, no one knew that Martial was training all week. No one
Yep,
knew. Rashford,
yep,
Rashford is the type of player that will play injured no matter what. So I know people are saying it doubt, but push come to shove, who's gonna play on Sunday no matter what. But Martial, it's good
yep.
to see that he was training all week. I don't think he starts on Sunday because I probably wouldn't start him right away. But off the bench, 45 minutes, he should be able to give us something. But
Hopefully,
it's good to see. And forgetting for Sunday is obviously a big game, but just to have him fully back for not we have 9 games in October. We
yep.
need every single player we can get in that squad. Everyone needs to be fit because we're gonna have to rotate like crazy.
Man,
So
it's a lot of games. It is a lot of fucking games in October alone. So I'm wondering how my squad keeps up with this. Let's start though. Let's start breaking things down here. So Ten Hag has been quiet. He's done his charity thing. I saw the other day. Some players gone on international duty, had good form. Do you think anything changes now that there's talks of Martial coming back? Because Rashford and Martial and Sancho, our front three, did not go on international break. So you could say they're fresh. You could say, people say, oh, international duty, you might be out of sync, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what you thinking. Me, I'm thinking this guy was clearly absolutely quiet on the Martial situation. He was very quiet on Rashford's injury, and then boom, out comes the news, and now he's gonna, really set out the gunman. But I am more excited from my team to go and see my back four because Varane is fit. He's had no issues. Martinez, all my back four, everyone has had a good international break. Literally. Malacia getting kudos from Van Hal. That's massive for him. That's huge. Varane, his stats for his country, beautiful. Martinez, he's not fucking set the world on fire, but he's not been injured and has a stinker. Good performance. Dalo, absolutely like revamped himself, right? So now you're thinking that's my back four, cool. Then you come to Casemiro, Mctominay, both good. They've been really good. Bruno, good. Ericsson, fantastic. Look at how many players we've had. Fantastic. It's just the front line that I'm slightly concerned. What about you?
yeah, I agree. I mean, in terms of Varane, shout out to Sean for not playing him in that second game, rested him. So thank you for that. Didier Deschamps, Dalo, that performance against, I think was it, I forgot who they played, but the 2 goals and that second goal with the left foot. Not many fullbacks in the world can score that kind of goal as a right back with the left foot. I think Joao Cancelo and maybe a Trent are the only ones that can do that, and that's the highest level fullback you have. Ericsson ran the show against France, who are one of the best countries in the world in football. I know their midfield, and that midfield was Real Madrid's midfield. Chouameni, Camavinga, and Ericsson dominated them. So that shows the level that Christian Eriksen is at right now, and how good a form he is. Was obviously our player of the month. Could have even won the Premier League player of the month, but Rashford won it. So props to Rashford for that as well. But like you said, the attack, Rashford didn't go to England because he had the injury, which thankfully I don't care about him going to England. I'd rather none of my players go on international break because I want them to be fit. To be honest with you, I don't care about England's chances in the World Cup. I don't care what they do. So, yeah, but Sancho, that's good for him to get another 2 weeks rested. Maybe hopefully he got some more like fitness in him because obviously we both said about how his lack of match fitness is worrying for us. So hopefully the 2 weeks got and Martial, he's got he looks fit. Anthony, I think, went on international break. He did a couple cameos for Brazil, so he's kind of gotten to more match fitness. And Casemiro, the most important thing, he played 90 minutes in his last game. That's crucial for us that he got more match fitness in him. And hopefully Ten Hag starts trusting him more now. Probably not
And
going to start this week, but next week.
not just 90 minutes, the Casemiro had solid 90 minutes. He's had a good set of 90 minutes. Anthony as well, Joga Bonito, he did something. He did a little bit of his flair stuff. I see him not making someone. I see him trying to do something. He's there as well. He's slowly loading. But for me, yeah, let me ask you this question. And before I ask you this question, let me just go through the comments. Big up the comment section. There's loads of comments, man. Martial, rise up. I knew Martial FC is gonna rise up from the dead. Martial FC were gonna rise up from the dead. there is a specific song that I think 1 second. Let me see if I had saved it because when I keep say Marshall FC, yeah, I had to. There you go. I found it. Hold on. I found it. I need to show you lot this. This is Marshall FC. Are you lot ready? This is Marshall FC. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. I got you. Marshall FC. Yeah. This is Marshall FC.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I told you.
Yo,
This is Marshall FC.
yo, yo.
That's Marshall FC. I told you, man. They're fucking rising up. They're rising up. Look at all the Martial comments. Finally, football is back. Welcome, Leon. Happy birthday, says Animal to you. They tried to hide my boy. Oh, shit. Let's go. I seen a thing that Ronaldo is depressed, so maybe the reason he's been bad. We don't really know if he's depressed or not, but he's had a really bad year of his life, on and off the pitch. A whole real bad year, man. So it's very much understandable if he's in a down period of his life. Very much. He's never ever he's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, of course, but last year was really bad. Marshall FC knew Faz ain't believe, but God did. Oh, Marshall FC, man. MashaAllah. That front three will start with Anthony and Ronaldo as subs in second half. So did our midfield, Scott and Ericsson. New killed France. Bruno ran Rodri crazy. Tony up top for City. We need a solid striker. Hopefully, we get one in January window. Says Googs. Big up Googs as well. This is too easy. Says Omo, man, you got too much chest. Members, I'll drop the link for you guys to join in soon. Free win versus Man City. Nah, that's chest. That's a lot of chest, man. That's a lot of chest. Sancho, time to carry again. Wow, he's saying Sancho's gonna carry the team. There we go. All right, cool. Right, okay. So I'm gonna ask you, and I have my name anyways in my head, and comment section get involved as well. Yeah, but who is the most important player in your opinion for this game? Also, just lower your camera down a little bit just so we can see a little bit more. Yeah, no, that's okay. Actually, if you sit up, that's okay. Yeah. So, who is the number one player for you in this game?
That's a good question. I'm gonna
Who's
say
the most important player?
Lisandro.
The number one player.
I'm gonna go Lisandro Martinez. I think he's gonna match up against Erling Haaland. I think Haaland's gonna play on his side because Haaland's gonna see the height and Haaland's gonna try to take advantage of it. But my butcher is ready. My center back is ready. He's ready for the war. If there's one player on Man United that I would back to take us to war and win, it's Lisandro Martinez, and he's gonna be ready for that battle. So I think he's the most important player.
Okay. I think, of course, Lisandro Martinez is important, but I don't think he's the number one player for this game. I think the number one, because Martinez and Skynet, that's why I like to call him Skynet. They've been up against each other before. So Martinez and Ten Hag are gonna sit down and talk about this and go through this, right? But my thing is, the number one player for me in this game who's gonna really be able to make a difference is Scott McTominay. Because Casemiro is going to be in bench, and who else to carry the yellow cards continually, and who else to do that Rudiger tackle on Kevin De Bruyne other than Scott McTominay? Man, the McTerminator versus the mailman, the delivery man. He has to be stopped. Griggs, chat as well. You lot get involved. Let me know who you think, but there's the number one person who has to stop the supply chain, the fundamental core, the engine of this Man City squad is Kevin De Bruyne. And whether you from the get-go, you put him on edge like we did with Arsenal, by the way. We were very physical in the Arsenal game, very physical in the Liverpool game. McTerminator needs to bring that physicality. He has to. Because if he, from the get-go, puts it in De Bruyne's head that you cannot let me get close to you. You can't get comfortable on the ball, because that's when Kevin De Bruyne is the most dangerous, when he's comfortable. If he holds the ball and he looks up, it's game over. It's game over, because he's gonna find whoever he wants to find. So if Scott McTominay plays that pivotal role, then yeah. And in number 2 position, believe it or not, but I think Dallo and whoever's on that right hand side have to do a job on the wing and on the fullback, because the fullbacks of Man City play so high up. They're so tucked in as well. They're not just wide, they're tucked in as well. The winger, the forward, and the fullback of Man United have to do a job on them. Have to. Because that's exactly how we do it. If Haaland doesn't do anything on the ball, right? His touch is a bit questionable, XYZ. But if we can stop that supply chain, I think we can do damage. What do you think?
Yeah, the McTominay shot is good because I think what Ten Hag's gonna do, he's gonna put Bruno on Rodri to like stop him and build up, and then he's gonna put McTominay on De Bruyne. McTominay loves to do like the rattle stuff. He loves rattling people. He even tried to rattle Neymar. Didn't work, but he loves rattling players. That's kind of like his thing. And the Dallo and the right hand shot is good. I think we're gonna see a similar game plan to what Ten Hag did against Arsenal, because Zinchenko and Cancelo do very similar roles in terms of the inverting fullback role. So against Arsenal, you saw Anthony man-mark Zinchenko. You might see a similar thing with Anthony and Cancelo. So that's a good shout for the right-hand side. Very important. And whoever else plays on the left wing, I think it's going to be Foden for City personally.
Hmm. What about though? Right, here's my other thing. We saw Haaland's goal against Dortmund, and that's, I wouldn't say that's scary. People call it scary, but it's a serious goal. It's serious. He's athletic, but how important is David fucking De Gea for this game? He's gonna have to do one of them games. Remember David De Gea on his day, like the Matrix. He's stopping everything. You just can't get past him. The ball won't go past him. He needs one of those days, and I think he needs to do what the Czech Republican keeper did on Ronaldo. He needs to do one of those jobs. He needs to start punching the ball, and in the process take someone out, because I don't see any other way those far post crosses getting stopped, because De Gea does not want to come out from his line. He does not want to jump and punch a ball and reach for the ball at all. At like, whether if he even doubts himself or is the most, he just doesn't want to do it. So what do you think from a David De Gea perspective, right? What do we do from him, the shots coming to him, and also the distribution side? What do we do? Because do we go and play the long ball and Man City's press, their high line, their press? Do we beat that using long ball in behind, or do we play from the back? And when it comes to him, the shot stopping as well, I don't think I have that much worry, but I'm worried about the crosses and the set pieces.
Yeah, that's a good shot. In terms of playing out the back, we're not playing out the back. If we play out the back, we're gonna lose. We're gonna get slopped. It's gonna be a nightmare on Elm Street at Etihad if we lose. If we play out the back, so we need to kick along. Their center backs aren't like the tallest. Their midfield's not the tallest, so it's not like we're pretty much even in terms of height. Ruben Diaz is like their biggest. That's like the only player, but it's fine. In terms of the head cross, yeah, Kevin De Bruyne's back post cross is the best pass in football. Like that, it's cash money. When he delivers it, it works 99% of the time. So De Gea needs to come out. Also, Haaland has proven that if he's in the 6-yard box and he gets the foot on the ball, it's most likely going in, like more than likely. And like the Dortmund goal, like this guy's limbs are like not human. Like I don't understand how he does this. Like his leg just stretches up. Like he doesn't even head the ball in. He like uses his leg as a head. I don't understand how it's humanly possible. So De Gea is gonna have to turn into 2017 De Gea, like please, and just save everything, because Haaland will get a couple shots off. Like that's gonna happen. But you're gonna see Lisandro Martinez throwing himself at the ball like Maya Vidic like always did. We're gonna need that type of performance from our defense. Like I said, war. That's what the mentality needs to be in these big games, because we're gonna play the low block and we're gonna play transition football. So every player needs to throw themselves at the ball to make sure that De Gea doesn't have to face that much in terms of like saving shots.
Hmm. De Gea, we need to make sure De Gea is a quiet game. We can't expect him to play out from the back and etc. Because City, Foden and Haaland will run all 90 minutes. They will not stop running. But what do we do now? Going and dealing with the likes of Cancelos and the Akanji and all of these, because and these guys, Diaz, for example, Diaz and Cancelo, right? They've not had a good international break. They didn't have a good international break. They looked very sloppy. They've been leaking goals, obviously. Man City, we know that. But what do we do about controlling that Cancelo whip, man? Because this guy is, people don't rate this guy. And also, don't forget, for Cancelo's one headache alone. But City have a backup as well with Alvarez. They have a backup as well. In case they want, they'll pull Haaland and Alvarez together. They will do it. And that's when really starts getting technical. Are you worried about City playing that game and putting Haaland and Alvarez together? If you ask me, my thing is, I'm more scared when Alvarez comes on the pitch because Haaland can stay quiet off the ball. He'll just run. And long as the balls don't get to him, he's okay. He won't do nothing, right? It's when he has the ball and he runs at you, or when the ball gets whipped in and he's there. My headache is Alvarez because that's like almost like a Gabriel Jesus-esque player. He's just constantly there like a fly, just buzzing around everywhere. And he'll get onto balls as well. He'll drop in deep because he'll let Haaland stay up top in central role. And we know what Gabriel Jesus gave a little bit of headache to Varane. He did give headache to Varane. And then you have Foden and Mahrez or whoever giving headache to Malacia and Dallo. What do we do in that situation when City try and play two up top?
That's a good question. Obviously, I love Alvarez. I wanted him at United. If he
Yep.
scores a winner against us, it's gonna feel like a shotgun to the chest. That's what it'll feel like because that kid is special. And City got him for 20 million. I always call him a Aguero Tevez like hybrid as a regen. 'Cause that kid he has the tenacity of a Tevez, but his finishing is also absolutely elite. Kind of like that goal that he scored against Forest, where like he just bins it. Like he's so good. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what Ten Hag will actually like. If Pep does go two up top, our center backs are going to get stretched a lot because Alvarez is going to occupy one center back, and that leaves a little and more space for Haaland because realistically, you kind of want both center backs occupying Haaland. Um, so yeah, that if Alvarez and Haaland play up top, that's going to open up a lot of space for their midfield. And if like a Gundogan plays, for example, Gundogan loves when third man runs into the box as the third man midfielder, and that's like his specialty. He's arguably the best in the world at it. So yeah, that would. I'm worried about the defense if that happens because our defense are very reactive as well. They love they just love reacting. So like a Malacia might slide in and get caught. Martinez as well. Even Adalo. Varane's more conservative. Like he doesn't really lunge into tackles. He's kind of more like a Van Dyke. He like the jockey and everything. So that is a little worrying if Pep does it. So hopefully he doesn't do it. Hopefully he has his own ball moment and doesn't
The thing is, Pep, he has the tendency of overthinking in games as well.
yeah.
He does, and he'll overplay it. My concern is whether Pep ball works or Ten Hag ball works. This isn't a game this is a full on chess match because there's with Ole. I know there's a comment here. Someone made a comment. Prime social football is returning, and you know what? This is something I wanted to talk about as well because people have been constantly saying Ole football to win certain game. We're still playing Ole football, yada yada yada, whatever, and attaching this. My thing is, this is a chess match, and in the chess match, if you have to use something that you've seen in last season, so be it, because it's winning you games. I don't understand why people have this fixation that they specifically want to see possession based football. They specifically want to see games being played through the middle, games being played, suffocating the opposition rather than playing counter attack. If it works, it works. That's my thing. If it works, it works. With Ole football, we won against City, but we still we're losing points in other games that we shouldn't have, regardless of what you say. That's my thing with Ten Hag. Now, what I'm really interested though, Griggs, is saying is seeing how he adapts it. Because if we, for example, have a Ronaldo, have a Martial, have a Elanga, have a Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, all of these forwards all fit, for example, we can go and play possession-based football. We should be able to play two up top, one up front, counter-attacking football. There's different ammunitions to be using. There's different weaponry to be using. My concern is, how does he do this now going into this game? How does he? Because Martial ain't been in this. The way people are talking about Martial, it's like Martial has had plenty of minutes. We've seen everything about him. He's performing. He's just coming back. What if he has a cold game? What if, and that's possible, by the way. You know me, I'm very reactionary. I'm even saying Martial, yay, whatever. But what if he has a cold game? What the fuck do we do then?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like in terms of the Ole football, first of all, like because it's the Arsenal game, because it's Arsenal fans go back to them, like they talk about the counterattack football. Our first goal against Arsenal, every single player on our team touched the ball. That's not counterattack football. That's possession based football. So like Ten Hag, like he do like I know like the Athletic came out with articles over the last couple of weeks that we ever since the Brentford game we played the deepest line in the Premier League. Part of that is because against Arsenal and Liverpool we played a big low block because we needed to win. But against Southampton and Leicester, you saw elements of Ten Hag ball. So Ten Hag is like, yeah, we're playing counterattack football, but you're also seeing like elements of him installing his philosophy. Against Arsenal, those first 10 minutes, we were bopping it around like we're prime Barcelona. We're doing 1-2s, triangles, JDP football. You even saw it in other elements against who did we play? Sheriff. We saw it against there. Like we're not really playing Ole football, like because there's elements of positional play in the game. Like you're seeing Malacia playing inverted during games. Ole was not playing fullbacks inverted. That wasn't happening. Like so. It's the people just need to realize that it's counterattack football technically, but there's different elements. There's different versions of counterattack football. There's like Sam Allardyce counterattack football. There's Jose Mourinho counterattack football. There's Antonio Conte counterattack football. There's always different versions. And Ten Hag has his own version right now. But eventually, once he gets his players, you're gonna see the possession base. So it's just a process. You got to believe in it. And you're gonna see the counterattack football this weekend. It's gonna be a nasty game. We're probably gonna have 30% possession at most. But if it wins, it wins. That's all that matters right now. 3 points. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. Sorry. I think you're 100% right, and I agree with you totally. I think some of the things we've seen within games, people are not picking up on. I've seen Malacia play left back, right back, middle. I've seen him play numerous different positions really well. And I think Ten Hag used that Sheriff game especially to test out these things, test out certain ways of playing. One of my concerns though is you can't be doing this in a big game like City. They'll just find you. And depends on City's first 11 as well. City can change up the midfield if they want to, no problem. Absolutely no problem. And the thing is, City have a clear system that they play in, a clear understanding of that squad, how they play. Whereas Man United, we can't actually say we have a clear Ten Hag system yet. We can't. We can't say this is how we play. If City now go 1-up in the first 20 minutes of the game, I think we're in deep trouble. We're in extremely, extremely deep trouble. So do we go five? Like some people saying, I've seen here in the comments, five at the back is bad at, but some people saying play 5 at the back. I mean, 5 at the back. What do you think? 5 at the back, does that work for me? I don't really know.
I would just stick with the 4-2-3-1, to be honest. Just go with
Do you think the 4-3-3 works with City?
Yeah, just play the 4-2-3 or 4-2-3-1 if you want to use Ericsson as like a secondary DM, whatever, that kind of thing. But I think the 5 at the back, I think that's too pragmatic, especially because Ten Hag has never coached a 3 at the back. If he had coached 3 at the back, then I would have been said or 5 at the back. I would have said yeah, fine. But he's never really coached it, so I wouldn't want him first time coaching that against a Man City. You try those formations out against a Sheriff or whoever we play next in Nicosia. You tried those formations against those teams. Against Man City, you stick with what you know. And what he knows right now is that 4-3-3/4-2-3-1 that he used against City, against Arsenal and Liverpool. And he'll make a couple changes to adapt to against how City play as opposed to like an Arsenal or Liverpool. I think that's what he'll do.
I don't think 5 at the back works unless you're playing Harry Maguire, and we do not want to see him obviously on the pitch at all.
good.
Yeah, at any cost. And yeah, he's injured as well. He was limping in during international break, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We play four at the back. Keep it same as it is. Now, are you starting Casemiro or are you starting McTominay in this game? Me, if you are, I'm still deciding. I'm not really 100% sure. If you ask me, I think yeah, we could do a Casemiro and Ericsson and Bruno, but would I be fully comfortable? I don't think so. Even though Casemiro's had a good international break, I still, for some weird reason, I still have a lot more faith in McTominay at the moment. Um, he's clearly played against this team before. He's done really well so far. He's doing the passing jobs well. We've seen Casemiro giving away balls in the Sheriff game, which wasn't helping. It's a lot of money we spent on Casemiro as well. But where do you see him in this game? Do you see him starting, or do you see him staying on bench? What position do you think he does?
I can't believe I'm saying this, yo. If someone told me this last year that I would say Scott McTominay deserves to start over Casemiro, people would have called me high. I'm on drugs. But I'd start Scott McTominay. I think right now Scott McTominay does not deserve to get dropped until he messes up. He's earned the respect of Ten Hag. He's earned even the respect of me. He's in good form. And honestly, with Casemiro, if he does start, I worry that City will target him in terms of pressing. I think Scott McTominay is more pressure resistant, in my opinion. He's a better ball carrier. And for Real Madrid, Casemiro did play really well against City in that second leg, but next to him, he had a Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. We do not have a Luka Modric or Toni Kroos. Ericsson is not at that level, but he's close to that level. But Bruno is also not good enough on the ball to kind of negate Casemiro's negativity on the ball. So I think Scott McTominay deserves to play, and I think that he is better fit for this game. And then Casemiro off the bench, if we're winning, you throw him on as your anchor. I know Cass said yesterday because I watched your stream that never felt like Cass said that he would start Casemiro. But I think Casemiro for right now on the bench. I think McTominay deserves. Also, McTominay will most likely get a yellow card this game. I would be shocked if he doesn't get a yellow card,
100%.
which will mean he's suspended for next week. Next week's game. We're playing Newcastle or Everton. I don't know, but then Casemiro gets to start then. So I would go McTominay and Ericsson like as a.
Why do I feel like I would have brought on Casemiro? Because it's 5 subs. It is 5 subs. People like I don't know if people remember 5 subs. I wouldn't mind bringing Scott McTominay as a bench as a second half player. I wouldn't mind just for that peace of mind. Because if we can get one goal up with Casemiro on the pitch, it's very much possible. And who else than Casemiro with all that experience that he has in this big game? But then again, it's a lot of pressure on him as well. It is a huge amount of pressure. Let's go through some of the comments quickly before we move on. Let me see. Lucky says they will rip us apart. We're playing the best team in Europe. So he's clearly very worried about this game. Lucky they played the worst teams in the league. Go look at the table and their schedule and still dropped points. Well, yeah, they dropped points against Villa. They dropped points against Newcastle. And we do, I'm not saying we have a blueprint, but we do have something to go off as to what to do to score past them. And also don't forget, by the way, the community shield matters. The community shield matters to a lot of people. The dinner plate doesn't matter, but it matters. In football, it matters. He's looking at things. Haaland and Alverez played that game. Yeah, Liverpool did their job. And Ten Hag is probably looking at all of that and thinking, how do we do? Our losses against Brighton and Brentford, they were based on players that were on the pitch who are not on the pitch now. So that's the clear difference. Whereas City dropped points with this squad as well. City dropped points against Newcastle with the same squad, with against Villa with the same squad. So that's where the key difference is. I was speaking to Big Steve, who said, "Well, what about Brighton? What about Brentford?" I said, "This is you might as well say a whole new squad compared to those 2 games, because the back four makes the biggest difference. We literally have almost half of the team changed up since those 2 games, and we've not dropped one single point. We've kept clean sheet after clean sheet, and we're looking good. We are looking good. I'd use both Casemiro and McTominay during the game as a pivot, but then
That's
do you
negative?
do you put Bruno on the bench? Because if you ask me, who do I put on the bench, Bruno or Ericsson? I'm putting Bruno on the bench. I can't. The way Ericsson is moving the ball, I cannot at all risk jeopardizing that during this game because Ericsson is one pass away from breaking City's backline, and City's backline is weak right now, very weak, very weak. They're leaking goals, and that's exactly what we need. And with Bruno, he's gonna give balls away as much as he'll give you a lot of work. He gives you a lot of work with minimal return. He won't give you those passes the same way that Ericsson will. So that's an interesting one. Pivot of Casemiro and McTominay.
I do want to
Like,
see that pivot though, like not in this game specifically,
but
but in
eventually.
another game, I want to see it because McTominay, like as an 8, is also not that bad. Like
Hmm.
best
I
position.
mean, McTominay as an eight, just quickly speaking on that, he's been doing well, progressing the ball as well, and moving that ball forward into the
He was
into
good for
the.
Scotland. I saw the comps. Like he was. I don't know what Ten Hag did with this guy, but like maybe
I
he
don't
put
know.
him in a
Yeah,
lab.
exactly. He's
Well,
it's
he put him
just
in
it's
a
just
lab like
keeping
Steve Rogers. That's what it feels like.
he's keeping it simple, isn't he? All his passes and everything, he's keeping it simple. He doesn't. It's like he's not overthinking it. It's like he already knows. Okay, I received the ball. My next job is this. I received the ball. My next job is this. I received the ball. Is yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, he's probably taken something from Eric Ten Hag's probably taken something what he's taught Frankie De Jong and trying to put like lesson 3 and lesson 7 into McTominay because that's exactly what what I'm seeing. When I'm trying to make the comparison as to he wanted to buy Frankie De Jong and put him in there, because imagine a Frankie De Jong, Casemiro, and Bruno, for example, or a Frankie De Jong, Ericsson, and a Bruno. That could happen as well. You can see Ericsson playing in a 6. It happened. So he's trying to take because he said in the preseason as well when he joined the club, he said, I'm gonna have to mold someone. I'm gonna have to mold someone. And I don't think it'll be Ericsson or Bruno, but he's clearly putting something into McTominay. So yeah, we're still in a rebuild, says Lucky. We need to play defense system for safety because we are playing the best in team in the league. A few good improved games by McTominay, and everyone forgot he does well for a bit and reverts back. I'd bring him second half. Interesting concerns still there for McTominay. Ganso, big up Ganso, one of the members says, why are we being tribalistic and they played bad teams? They are obviously a very good team. We still need to be positive and take our chances, says Merrick. Almost as that pivot is a double negative. That pivot is a double negative. Googs says we do always play well against City. The City fans are nervous. For Scotland, McTominay is not a centre back anymore.
Can't use that agenda anymore.
Yeah,
I hate it.
yeah. And Animal says, nah, Faz, he's turning Scott into an Alverez at Ajax. I mean, yeah, that's another thing. He's turning his Scott McTominay into something, but it's clearly implementing certain lessons that he's done with other players. And he's showing it's the testament to his coaching ability, how he's able to manage a team and also coach players. So
Tommy's
yeah,
better on the ball
glazes
than
out,
Alvarez,
glazes out.
in my opinion. So
Talk to
Tommy's
me
better
now
ball.
about talk to me, yeah, about we'll come to Starboy Sancho in a second, but talk to me about Marcus Rashford. What does he have to do in this game? Do you think? I mean, okay. Firstly, someone told me big up the person. I'm sure they're watching. They told me yesterday, early hours in the morning, that Rashford is gonna play this weekend. And this is the same person that's been telling me lots of stuff about United, which was coming true throughout the window. But I didn't take no mind. And then today, I'm seeing boom Rashford, boom pictures, all of this. Do you think Rashford starts this game? And if he does, what do you do? Do you bench Martial and play Rashford in the middle with Sancho on the left and Anthony on the right? Or do you play him in the left and play Sancho in the middle? What do you do now?
I do think he plays. Obviously, I think he starts. I think he's arguably our most important attacker because he's the one attacker that stretches that pitch, and that is the biggest threat in behind. And we all know City's weakness in defense is the runners in behind. That's how they always get cooked. Um, so I do think he starts. I think he's going to start as striker, in my opinion. I don't think Martial is ready to start. I wouldn't throw him in as a starter right away because he most likely will get injured if he plays a lot of minutes. I'm not gonna lie, knowing his history. So Rashford to the middle, and what he should do is go stick on a Kanji because that's the weakness. and you stretch
I
that.
think you,
Ruben
I
Diaz
think.
also has a
Hold on,
mistake
you're
in him. I know
breaking
Ruben
up.
Diaz
You're
is a good
breaking
center
up a
back.
bit. You're breaking up a bit. Hold on. There you go. You're stable now. Yeah, you're stable again. You were breaking up a bit, and your volume was going up and down of your mic, but it's stable now.
Yeah, so what I was saying, Marcus Rashford, I think he starts at striker, in my opinion. And I think that he needs to go occupy the center backs, especially in Akanji, because I think Akanji has a mistake in him. Like, I know he looked good for that one game for them, but that's one game. Any center back has a mistake. Ruben Diaz has proven that he has a mistake in him. I know he's this great center back that City claimed, but he's very mistake prone. So Rashford just needs to stretch that pitch. And if Pep does his inverted fullback thing, where he leaves the wingers 1v1, Rashford needs to go drift off to the left a little bit and occupy that space. Wherever there's space, Rashford needs to run into it and then do his business from there. And he'll score. He's a big game player. He has scored 23 goals against the Big Six. So I back him to he's our most important attacker this weekend.
Okay. All right. I hope Rashford plays. I do. He obviously scored against Liverpool, and he's doing his thing slowly but surely. And this guy said, "I hope we play 4-2-2-2." This guy is clearly against Man United, man. He's clearly against
A
Manchester
Ralph
United, man.
Ragnick
I don't know.
formation. Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll talk about Rashford. You know what? Let's welcome as well one of the head honchos, the head honcho of Glazers out. This man is a legend on the streets. Apparently, parents tell their kids when they sleep in the night, if you don't sleep with Glazers out, he's gonna turn up. Mr. Structure is here. Welcome, Mr. Structure. Welcome.
Big up,
How you doing?
man. How you doing, bro?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. How you look like, you know that game Assassin's Creed? You look like that main character from Assassin's Creed, man, trying and hunting the Glazers down and all these bankers down.
It is. It's that Derby, innit? It's Derby weekend. So
yes, sir. Derby
You gotta
weekend.
move like assassin. You gotta move like assassin in this city, man. You know what I mean?
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad that football's back.
Tell me, man. I'm glad. One game every 3 days. Every 3 days.
It's gonna be crazy, hectic,
Non-stop. Absolutely non-stop. And we've got 3 home games back to back. We've got a couple away games. I'm gonna go to the couple away games as well. But Mr. Structure, talk to me about this game, man. I've spoken to everyone. I've spoken to Saeed. Everybody's. Yeah. Let me tell you straight. Everybody's semi-confident, like half confident. Nobody say with chest that we're gonna beat City. What are you telling me?
I'll take the point now. I'll take a point now.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask. Sorry, I don't know the brother.
Griggs. His name is Griggs.
Yo, Griggs, nice to meet you, brother.
You too.
Love. You try to explain to me the last time that you remember a good game after the international break. Both of these derbies are gonna be crap. Players are just about coming back, and for Man United to get anything out of this game, we have to score first. We have to
100%.
We have to score
100%.
So I'll take the point right now. That's me, innit? I'll take the point right now. And it's gonna be a very tricky game because Man City on their day can do what they do. So it's gonna be very interesting for me to see what happens. What happens?
Let me get this super chat out of the way. Big up Aminor as well for the contribution. Says Martial starts, Rashi comes on second half as a 9. So if Martial starts, according to Aminor, he's saying Martial, Sancho, and Anthony. That's what he's playing and keeping Rashford on the bench. But you know, Mr. Structure, you have a great point as well. Who plays good after international break? But then Rashford hasn't played international minutes. Martial hasn't. Sancho hasn't. Yeah, Anthony has just a couple minutes here and there. So all our Ronaldo, obviously, a huge concern. We put him aside. Elanga chilling. So I think they should be all right. No, am I naive to think they'll be all right?
You know what? they've both been injured. So how much have they played any behind closed doors game? Have they played against the under 23s? Has there been games in the past 2 weeks? What's been happening? Like, this is the thing, it's unknown. Are they just training for training's sake? Or are they facing real competition and they're getting like 60, 70 minutes under their belts in a match practice behind closed doors? You don't know that. But when you've got too many people coming back,
right,
especially the Brazilians and that, to be fair, well, Argentina, where were Argentina play at home or did they play in Argentina?
I think they played. Yeah, they didn't play in Europe. They were playing on that side of the world.
They play in America.
So you got Martinez coming back from there, and then that's one player. Varane only played one game. It's not bad. What else has happened?
Dallo, he's done well.
Yeah, Ericsson
done well.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's simple, innit? It is. It's not for everybody what they're saying. This is not a Haaland versus Man United. This is Man City versus Man United. No player is bigger than this derby by any means. Of course, he can affect the game and he can bang in goals or whatever. But unless Martial and Rashford have played games behind closed doors, I expect only one of them to start, and I think that's Rashford.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Rashford will? So you're telling me Rashford will be the guy? I've got a question for you as well.
He'll be jumping to bits to start. The way he answered that question was kind of like keeping so many, like he's keeping his cards to his chest. He said, "Ooh, maybe in doubt," but then he said Martial's trained really well all weekend, like all week. So it's like, has he? And we didn't see them in the photos. So a lot of mind games going on with a starting lineup. It's interesting. Elanga went to international. Obviously, Sweden played. Lindelof played. So it's going to be very interesting. But honestly, both derbies tomorrow morning and the game Man City, Man United. I don't remember any good game. I mean, any of your audience can tell us maybe where you come back from international break. I don't. They're all very luster, lethargic. The rhythm of the game on Premier League season is broken up and it's fractured, and it takes maybe 2 games for players to find that rhythm to reconnect with their teammates again. So I'm not expecting a spectacular game. I'm not expecting that, honestly.
Okay.
And I'm never too hard on Man United players after the international break. I'm not too harsh on them because I understand it's difficult.
Mr. Structure, as much as I love you, you always come and put water on Giddy FC. You just cool everybody down, man. You cool everybody down.
I've watched too much football in years.
Now I was so you're telling me, and I'm gonna come to the comments after this, but you're telling me that we're getting too giddy looking at. So me, I've even used a Rashford and Martial picture, So we're getting too giddy of Martial now, seeing Martial news and all of this.
Well, if they've played, if both of them have had games against the under 23s behind closed doors, then I think they can both maybe start, or one of them definitely starts. If they haven't, training and match play is totally different, brother. As you know, training and match play
very true,
totally different.
You are right.
And I'm not heard any beat out of. I know that Liverpool apparently played 1 game behind closed doors in the beginning of the break, but I've not heard Man United playing any games behind closed doors. Like I know said,
Chelsea did too.
Yeah,
Chelsea played Brighton.
Yeah, it's been very secretive, man. Very, very secretive. Yeah. He's kept things close to his chest. The other thing that I saw tonight was that he's now realized apparently that they ain't got no money for him in January, and no money really in next.
That's another headache on its own. But let me go through some of the comments quickly. Omo, one of the members, big up, says, "I'm 100% confident 3-1 win. I told you this." Sancho always scoring first time after time. Lucky says, "I will take a 2-2 draw. No problem. He's with you. He'll take a draw." game time on pitch is crucial. Haaland ain't making it to the match. I'll make him a dodgy breakfast. Lucky Singh says Jack Grealish will look to score goals like Phil and Haaland. I'll take a slow City after international break all day, he says as well. And thank you very much, Omo, for the contribution as well. And also, obviously, a long-time member on Planet Fast. Big Up says, we are going to win 3-1 or by 2 points. It's a fact. So basically, we're going to win, he says. He's saying it with chest. He's calling it. And he's also said if we beat Man City, we're going to win the league. So Omo is absolutely on this high horse. He's bought hell of a lot of stocks in Man City winning the league and Sancho. He says he's the Sancho's father. Almost gonna come on the stream, by the way. He's member, so he's gonna come on the stream and have his say. But yeah, that's it. Let me ask you this, Mr. Structure, and Griggs as well. Now, in this particular game, you're saying, yeah, players might start slow, etc. But what do you see? Forget the players for a minute. Manager versus manager. Ten Hag's brain versus Pep's brain. They both work together. Ten Hag has been under his watch. They both come from the same school of philosophy. You know, they've got the same DNA, you could say, but they've got their own style now, whatever. How do you see this? Mr. Structure, we'll start with you and then we'll go to Griggs. What do you see? How do you see this game panning out in terms of dark arts, for example, dirty challenges, making it into a derby, the passing, you know, the chance creation, the defensive duties? What do you see? The halftime talk, for example. What happens if we go in 1-0 down? What happens if we're 1-0 up? All of these things from a manager perspective.
It's simple for me. If you looked at all of the games, except for the game against Sheriff and Real Sociedad, I think we made the most tactical fouls. We made a lot more fouls. So we are trying to stop the flow of a game when we're playing the big teams. Liverpool was the same. We made more fouls than them. Arsenal was the same. We're making more fouls than them. I think it's going to be very interesting to see the tactical fouling that we're going to do. Obviously, it's a derby. Sometimes it's a challenge that gets the crowd up. It's a challenge or something that happens in the game that gets everybody charged up. We know how we're going to play. They're going to want to win the ball back every opportunity. They'll probably have 70 or 60, you know, at a height, 70% possession. We're going to stay compact and we're looking to play that ball in behind. They know what we're doing. We know what they're doing. It's which game plan wins on the day. I think halftime team talk will be important, but I also think the substitutions from the bench will have an impact on this game because Man City they've got quality, and it's going to be very interesting whether we're in the lead or whether we need to go for it if we're losing 1-0 in the last 10 minutes. I doubt it that tactically he will set them up, Ten Hag, to lose their heads if we go 1-0 down because we can get hammering. If we vacate positions and we go try to push up on them, they're going to murder us. But if we score first, we could do that to them as well. I expect Martial to come on. Like I said, I don't know. He's not told us. Somebody should have asked the question in a press conference today. Did you play any games behind closed doors? Did you play some matches between the amount of players that you had who stayed and the 23s? Somebody should have asked him that. But
yeah. No. But then I also like that I don't know. Part of me, I think I like that I don't know. Griggs, I'll come to you with the question.
But if we knew, then we would be able to say, okay, one of these might start then. Like 100% start.
I hear you. And that's a valid point as well. We don't know who's going to start. But neither does Pep. And neither does none of the fans. So if they start...
I know who's not going to start. It's Ronaldo.
We'll come to you, Griggs, with the same question. Ten Hag versus Pep, the chess match that they'll be playing, the halftime talk. What happens if we go into certain scenarios? Because part of the game, managers will go through with the team. This is what we do if we're 2-1. This is what we do if we're 1-0. This is what we do if it's 1-1. You know, go through scenarios. So how do you? And we know Pep can inject venom into players. If anybody can, it's Pep. We've seen this in video clips all the time. What do you think now, manager happens in this game?
Yeah, it's a student versus the teacher. Obviously, Pep's the teacher. Ten Hag's a student, the Cruyffian philosophy and everything. Even though both have kind of gone away with it, and Ten Hag, I think, is a more pragmatic manager in terms of he's more into aggression. Like City have mastered, like the dark arts that we talk about. City have mastered it because they foul so much, but the referees just turn a blind eye to. Like Rodri makes about 75 fouls a game, doesn't get a yellow card. Fernandinho did the same thing. We're starting to do that now, but referees haven't given us a benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, in a couple of years, as we continue doing it, referees kind of stop giving us yellow cards because I think we have a lot. I think we have probably the most yellow cards this season in the Premier League because we foul like you said we have the most fouls in the league after the Brentford game. But in terms of like in games, like Renardine said, the in-game substitutions, the greatest managers are the best in-game managers in terms of like making the right sub. Like Ronaldo, for example, Ronaldo should not touch that pitch on Sunday. No matter what the score is, I don't care if we're losing, I don't care if we're winning. He will make us lose.
But you don't think he has? But I'll be very honest. I'll be very, very honest, and I'm sorry if I know you guys are very level-headed, and I'm not. I always say this, but I want Ronaldo to have minutes, and I want him to score. His brand and stock is on the decline, and Skynet, this robot Terminator's stock is just rising like rapid. And I'm gonna come to you, Mr. Structure, with the Haaland talk as well quickly. I need him to score in this game because he has to prove a point. People are going on about Haaland every fucking day, and it's pissing me off.
Ronaldo ain't scoring, bro. Ronaldo should not touch that pitch because he's gonna make us lose our shape. And if there's one team you cannot lose your shape against, it's Man City because they will make you pay for it. And Ronaldo, especially because Ten Hag has done this a lot of times, and it worked against Arsenal, but it also could have not worked. If we're winning and he subs on Ronaldo, we're gonna lose that game. We're gonna blow a lead because we will not press from the front. And City can get at if you press them high, you can sometimes get them because they have that mistake in them. Like Newcastle did that. Newcastle always switched like in terms of pressing high, but also did the low block at the same time. I think Ten Hag will follow the similar game plan in terms of that. I think he will follow Eddie Howe's game plan specifically, how to neutralize City. And Ronaldo for me doesn't do that. Like a Martial, I would bring on a Martial in the second half, especially for winning because similar to Liverpool, he'll hold that ball up and we have a better chance of creating that goal threat. Ronaldo can start next week against Apple and Sociedad. That he could go start against them, score a brace against them, get his morale up then, and then I don't know who we play in the Prem next week, play against them. But in terms of City, you stick with all like the high energy attacking guys, and I think that's the subs. And in terms of like the midfield, whoever doesn't start between Casemiro and Mctominay, I think if we're winning, Casemiro must come on early in the second half because he's that anchor and he's a destroyer, and he will make sure he'll do that dark art stuff because he's Brazilian, like he's mastered it. Fernandinho taught him well in Brazil, and Casemiro is crucial in that. In defense, I wouldn't really make any subs in defense, but midfield and attack, I would make sure that like a Casemiro comes on, like a Martial or a Lenga for the legs and everything. I think that's the subs that you make, and I think if Ten Hag can make the right subs, then we'll win the game because that's what wins you.
Let's go to some of the comments quickly. I know, Mr. Structure, you've got your own stream as well shortly. Let's go to some of the comments. Prince says, hey, Faz, United are record breakers. We are winning the game 2-1 in favor of United, but I want Cristiano Ronaldo and Casemiro to start. Prince from Paris. Brig up, Prince, always showing love. Last season, we had a 100% win record after international break. Check the stats. We had Zlatan. Last season, or you mean seasons before? I think that's what he means. Play the same way we did against Liverpool, says Scott, one of the members. Big up. Like he says, if Manchester United could snatch the ball away from Man City, then that's crucial for Man United. More, I hope we don't go behind. I hope we don't go behind as well. That'll be a big issue. Merrick says Michael Oliver has main character syndrome, so he will probably give out yellow cards on Sunday. Hella yellow cards on Sunday. Someone here, HD Gamer, says Ronaldo doesn't make us lose shape. He doesn't agree with you, Griggs.
He does. He does.
I agree. I think he does.
Yeah. He comes short and he tries to get on the ball and he gets bullied because the biggest thing about Ronaldo more than anything is that he's not had a preseason. He is short. He is short in terms of awareness. You know what I mean?
Mr. Structure, how long will it? It's October.
Yes, to get match fit, you need 5 games. Look it up, bro. 5 to 4 games of
He just played. He played 90 minutes at the start of the season, 45, 35, 19 international break.
His touch is not. His touch is not there. And sometimes, bro, you look in the mirror and he thinks I'm 28. No, your body moves like you're 37 years old. You might be fit, but to me, the preseason was crucial for him to be implemented in the way Ten Hag wants to play, and he's not been. So, like the brother said, he can play against our team. He can play against the Cypriot team next week.
Omonia.
Yeah, he can play against them, and then he'll do what he has to do. I think we're playing at home, yeah? We're home. Old Trafford.
Yeah, we're home.
Yeah.
We're home. Mr.
He
Structure.
he can play 90 minutes in that game. Listen, I need to jump off, head off, but
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Listen,
the biggest thing what we need to do is we cannot let Man City come down the middle. They want to come down the middle. We have to show them out wide, and whoever, Anthony or Sancho or Rashford, whoever works, needs to work back. It is going to be a team effort. It ain't going to be just one individual, one magical moment. No, we're going to have to defend a lot. And whoever's closest to Kevin De Bruyne, somebody needs to get on that guy. Silva and Kevin, they mainly play through Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, and obviously Cancelo. You know?
Yep.
Those three are the three playmakers for Man City.
Let me drop Mr. Structure. Let them know your channel and everything. Let them know your social media. For the people who don't know, Mr. Structure has been around the block for a very long time, a seasoned veteran, match-going fan. He's always consistent about the number one message that we all need to be, is Glazers out. Me, I was there with the champagne and everything, and Mr. Structure took me away from that. He introduced me to the holy water and said, son, this is what you need to concentrate on. It is the Glazer out. And ever since then, I've been concentrating on that. I've been consistent myself. Even though I get giddy, his channel, I've put the link in the comment section. Mr. Structure, where can they find you as well? Tell them.
Yeah. Mr. Structure on Twitter, that guy Red Devil. And United Real Therapy. I'm just about to go live now, actually, for the preview. So big up. Lovely to meet you, Grits. Big up, brother. Love. Baz, always love. Always love, my king. Always.
Yeah.
Peace,
Thank you very much, Mr. Structure.
Yo, big up Fast Nation Army. Big up.
Yeah, love, bro. Love. Always. So that's it, man. Look, let's wrap this conversation up now, and let's talk about this Ronaldo versus Haaland thing, right? Martial versus Haaland, all these guys versus Haaland, the Skynet issue, man. Let's talk about Skynet, man. How the fuck? What do we do with Skynet? Because I'm very concerned about Sky, like in terms of him taking over. Like, let me explain myself, right? There's a lot of you in this stream today. Yeah, let me explain myself. Oh, also, before I do, actually, I'm disrespecting the members community. Let me drop the members there. Boom. Let me drop it there. 1 second. There we go. Cool. Right. Okay. So Skynet has attacked Griggs. He's been compromised. The guy's camera's gone off. Oh no, he's back. Right. Listen, I'm gonna say it straight. I don't like Skynet. I don't like him. I think he does. I was speaking to a player a couple of days ago who's been in and around Manchester United. Not a couple of days ago. Yesterday, I was speaking to him. Yesterday. And we were talking about Haaland. And obviously, I expressed that I don't rate Skynet. And he said, Skynet does a few things good, but he does it so fucking good. If you think about Mbappe, for example, the conversation between Haaland and Mbappe, Pessi and Sui. Haaland does 4 things well, but Mbappe will do 7 things good or 9 things good. Mbappe can dribble, free kick, shooting, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Beat a man, start football. He can do all of that. But Haaland, he does 3-4 things good, absolutely 100%, 110%. So it makes him more dangerous. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do think that. I think the player I always compare Haaland to is kind of Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think he's just a more athletic.
Why are you comparing? Why?
No.
The guy has just arrived. This is it. You are compromised by Skynet. This is exactly what gets me about Haaland FC. Haaland FC, they're everywhere. Haaland FC has spread quicker than COVID-19 spread.
Nah, bro, like with
Why?
Haaland, bro, it's just like you said, like the four things well, bro. There's like the way he scores goals, like we've never seen this before. Like he's gonna break Ronaldo's Champions League goal scoring record more than likely.
No.
Yes, he will.
What?
He will,
What?
especially if he continues at Man City. Dude, this guy he scores goals for fun. Like he sleeps with the football in his bed. He doesn't he sleeps
No,
with the football in
man.
his bed. That's what he does.
No, man. L in the chat. L in the chat, man.
It's
L in
like
the chat.
he's
How dare you put Skynet in the same sentence as the
I
hardest
never-
working human being alive?
I didn't say he's a better footballer than Ronaldo. I said he will break the goal scoring record because of how many goals he will score. He's a ridiculous goal scorer, and Man City offer him the platform to score more than goals than any striker should. So I think with Haaland, bro, it's like you said, the fourth thing. Well, and he's a generational goal scorer. Like his shooting is absolutely nuts. Like the Wolves goal kind of showed you. They showed him on his weak foot, and he just slapped it in. That's how good he is. It's just like his goals that you. It's just a ridiculous player. And yeah, he's not the best dribbler. His first touch is not the best. He's not even that good aerially, but that left foot of his is just wonderful, and that's how good of a
Man.
striker.
Oh, man. City fans are here, man. Come on, City fans are here, man. Big up 3LIAWF as well. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome Omo. Welcome Ganso as well.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome, man. Omo, man, talk to me, man.
Let me tell you
I
something.
don't rate Haaland, man. I don't rate him.
Haaland's not gonna score that game. He's not gonna score that game.
If Haaland doesn't score that game, I am fucking breaking the internet.
He's not scoring that game. I think the Champions League, you went against Timber and Lissandro, you couldn't score nothing. So what makes you think you're gonna go against Lissandro and Varane? Like he's not gonna score that game. And if they're gonna, so long as defense cover the back post, that's all that matters. If they cover the back post, they might not even score the whole game. Like, pretty much. Also, Lissandro set the tempo early. Like he's gonna do a ridiculous hard tackle at like minute 1 or minute 5, and pretty much just gonna set the tempo for the whole defense. Like, yo, wake up! Someone gotta set the tempo for the whole team to wake up, and Lissandro will have to be the one. We're not talking about Varane. We're talking about Lissandro right now. Like, and he's gonna put up one of his. They will have to be on top of his game if they get a shot on target. That's if they get a shot on target, because so far we defend that properly.
Man, Omo, man, the way you got chest, yeah, I love you for that, Like people have like half, like I don't even know, they have cough, wheezing chest. Like they're like, yeah, we win against City, yeah. Say it with chest. I like how you say it,
We're winning by 2 goals. I don't care. 4-2,
yeah, say
5-3, 6-4. We're winning by 2 goals. I know that's gonna happen.
But why? Okay, wait.
Why is that gonna happen? Let me tell you why. Because City want to play with the ball, dance around the ball, have your inverted fullback with Cancelo, Kyle Walker, and you're gonna lose the ball eventually. And we're gonna counterattack. We have Bruno. You know what Bruno's gonna do? Bruno's like forward, run, and he's gonna kick the ball. Just run, he'll kick the ball. Like that's all that's gonna happen. That happened last year with Lindelof and Bruno. Just that Rashford couldn't control the ball. He had 3 good chances, just couldn't control the ball properly. But that because everybody was shit last year. And this year he's playing much better. He's playing way better than last year. So I'm not gonna compare that. Right? He's playing way better than last year. He has more control of the ball. He's actually looking up. Like, give him that chance again. He's gonna score. And people say Sancho can play counterattack. Sancho, you know what? I'm not gonna get to that.
Listen, let me first address this. Yeah, Ganso, welcome to the stream as well. Liam, Ganso, you lot are Manchester United fans, but I got a bone to pick with you guys, especially. I don't give a fuck if Everton fans rate Haaland. I don't give a fuck if Liverpool, Chelsea, everybody rate. Why are Man United fans twerking and wearing their thong for Skynet? Why? He's just arrived, and you have the audacity. Yes, Griggs, you, because you will be going on what's that Twitter page and doing articles about Haaland, about Skynet. I know you. You'll be doing articles about Skynet. I don't do
articles for Haaland.
No, but why do you have the audacity, you guys, to put the same Skynet in the same sentence as Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Van Nistelrooy? How, man? The guy hasn't won fuck all. If he's such a gunman, how come he hasn't taken his international team to the World Cup? How? Can he carry a team? Answer the question, Ganso, bro. Welcome to the stream. You're a member. I love you, but you got to answer this question. Can he carry a team?
I don't know. We have to see. I think
No,
it's
he
again.
can.
You're
I don't
no. I
know.
think he.
He
I don't
can.
know. But he played for Mold, Salzburg, Dortmund, and he scored goals for all of them. He came to Dortmund. He had people saying Nunez was going to outscore him. Darwin Noodles was going to be the guy to outscore Haaland in his first season. He comes in 14 goals in a month or 10, 11 games, something like that. He's the real deal, Faz. We have to listen. If you don't want to rate a City player, like I completely get that. It's just not my personal style. Like I don't. If you play for City, Liverpool, like I will try to throw banter at you sometimes, but most of the time it's just like if you're good, I'm gonna rate you. And Haaland is the real deal, Faz. He is that guy, whether you like it or not, whether he's the type of player you like or not. Haaland is the real deal, and he's going to score this weekend. I just feel it.
AWF, if you're watching this, welcome to the stream. Please DM me on Twitter. This is my Twitter. You can see it now. DM me on Twitter, AWF. I will add you to the stream. And I will not add you to cook you, but I will add you to get your perspective. I want to get your perspective. You don't have to have your camera on, whatever. You can come on and speak to us. Man City fans are welcome. Of course, they're welcome. But Ganso, Liam, you guys have been compromised. You guys have been converted. You cannot tell me that you believe in this guy so quickly. You can't believe
he's 11 goals in 10 games?
That's fucking enough. So what?
No,
you're right. You're right.
11
games. He scored 11 goals in 7 games.
You know, Ronaldo only scored 16 or 18 goals in the league last season. He will break that.
Okay, how many Ballon d'Ors does he have?
But that's not the point.
Big up Woodward.
This Ronaldo's dead.
Listen, I did the math yesterday. I have a person that I speak to, a very close friend of mine. We speak about football, but in a very weird language. Like you're not gonna understand if I brought him on the stream. We're talking metaphors and everything, right? Listen, I did his numbers this morning. He can have 48 goals in the Premier League this season if he continues at this rate.
Exactly.
48 fucking goals. If he continues at this rate, he will have over 80 goals in all comps. It's fucking ridiculous. But I still think, yes, I know. I still think it is too early. It is just too early.
Faz, it's just we're going off the hype. Like he's 11-7, bro. Like that's the reason people are making these compare. I get that it's early, but that's just the internet. Arsenal fans saying they're going to win the league. Almost said we're going to win the league. Spurs fans are saying, we're going to win a trophy this season. Spurs winning a trophy. People just go early with shit. Like, listen, Haaland is the real deal. Whether it's early or not, he's the real deal.
Spurs? Who's Spurs?
I'm going against the best defense ever in the league, which is us.
I said this, and they laughed at me. They fucking laughed at me when I said it. I said we have the best defense line, in the league, and they laughed at me. Woodward, welcome to the chat, man. Your
big up, lads.
About to get triggered.
Oh yeah, hopefully tomorrow things look good. I'm hoping my boy starts. If he doesn't, that's okay. But I'd still like to see him get on the pitch.
There you go. This is the comment. This is the comment we should be concentrating on. Mctominay will really give Haaland a welcome to the Premier League. Nobody's actually given Haaland a welcome to the Premier League. Do you know what the welcome to the Premier League means? A welcome to the Premier League means when Richarlison got clattered when he was trying to do Joga Bonito. Premier League means when Ronaldo was getting clattered.
Ivan Toney going against Lissandro all day. He went against Lissandro all day. He said in the interview with Flex, like we went against him all day. So
man, people really doubting Manchester United. Like I get you that he's the real deal, right? I get it. But I'm oh my days, man. Man City fans are here, man. Listen, I'm loyal to the soil. I am loyal to the soil, and I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I can't go ahead and tell you that I rate this guy so highly. I can't, man.
To
For
be fair,
me,
we have to wait till I think January, February time when people start like figuring out what Pep's doing this season, and they like kind of start figuring out in quotes a bit more. I think we
yeah.
might see Haaland getting shushed and being a lot more quiet.
What
I don't
the-
think he's going to continue this form the entire season, but
all Man City do is
I hope
crawl
so
through
too.
them all day. As in, you could see in their game plan before they do it, like just feed the ball to Haaland, and the people's gonna shut that down.
It's
they're
very
gonna
hard to
isolate
shut
the
it down
players.
though. You have it's like I call it the Burner Holland link up or two robots meeting together because you have the best passer in world football because the Burner's chance creation is absolutely mental. And then you give De Bruyne the best, arguably the best finisher in world football right now in Holland. It's kind of hard to stop and it's hard to game plan against because you would have to. It's just very difficult, like from a tactical perspective, to kind of.
No, don't worry. Every time I will show you how it's done. Since people don't understand that, every time I would pretty much just show people like, oh, okay, this is how you play against this team now. You all welcome the league, blah blah blah, and we're gonna win the league just like that.
Woodward, obviously, he's been waiting for this day for his boy to come through. I don't
Bro.
think I don't think Martial starts. It'd be very, very naive to think that. I think he'll get minutes, but I think second half. I don't think he's ready to start. But then again, I might be wrong. You never know. Ten Hag brought on Anthony straight away against Arsenal in a time when he was actually on strike. He wasn't even doing training with his original squad. So we could see it happen. Haaland will score 2 on Sunday. You mean we are the best? Man, I don't.
Yo.
How? Like,
They're never gonna win the league. Like, okay,
He also
Chad,
hates
you
us,
got
by the way.
all
He also
four
hates us,
Man
by the
City
way.
fans here right now.
yeah, but I don't like. How can people put Haaland in the same sentence as some people? It triggers me. It triggers me so much.
The
He
only
can't score a
person
fucking free kick.
he can be in a conversation with is in his age range, and that's Mbappe. And even then,
Yeah, but
is he
people want me
better?
to put respect on him. This is what my issue is, yeah. You want me to put respect on his name, but he ain't earned my respect. My respect has to be earned differently. Van Nistelrooy earned his respect, you know. He earned his respect. He made you want to buy that Vodafone shirt. He earned your respect. Haaland has just come into the league. We haven't even gone past a January transfer window, and people are telling me he's the real deal because he scored, 2 hat-tricks back to back and
But
14 goals in
he's not
9
only
games.
been doing it now, like in Dortmund, his first UCL knockout game, he came up against PSG and he slapped the top bins with a brace against one of the best PSG team that they've had in the last decade. Like that.
And what did
that in his
PSG end up doing to him, bro?
Yeah,
That's
they're the better team,
insane.
but he beat them on that day with the brace. He's against the best defense in Europe that year. His first UCL knockout game. That was his first ever UCL knockout game. He scored. He scored in 95% of his UCL matches. This
There's
is
more goals
scoring
in
that's
games than the UCL.
unprecedented. Like this is a generational goal scorer.
that's what
Scott
happened.
Scott says we'll come to Sancho talk actually as well for this
Mm.
game because Sancho scored the last time we played City and he's been scoring recently. He's been composed in front of goal. So we'll come to the Sancho talk. Scott Keller says Ruud van Nistelrooy was a far better player than Haaland. But Liam agrees
Yo,
with
big
Griggs
chow.
on Haaland. Yeah, Mctominay, I've read that one. Then there is one second. No service, no goals from Skynet. Yeah, that's his new name, and I'm the person who's giving him this name. So if you want to address Haaland, please maybe start a hashtag Haaland, aka Skynet, or hashtag Haaland the Skynet, whatever. But his new nickname is Skynet. Yeah, because this guy, you give him a command and he just does it. This guy doesn't have feelings. But I'll talk about that a bit more. He says no service, no goals from Skynet. Key is to keep Kevin De Bruyne and Silva in check, win the midfield battle, and we get in. But Ganso, you have to agree with this. As much as you rate Haaland, you keep these two in check. You keep the engines and the gearbox of Man City in check. Then the wheels don't spin. Then you don't go nowhere.
I think he's a lot more easy to shut down than like Ronaldo or Messi, for example. But like he's not completely. It's not like he is like just he can only shoot and that's it. If he gets the ball, he can do stuff. So like we can't just say oh, if no one's feeding him, he's gonna do nothing. He can't show up even if you like Mark Bernardo and KDB.
We've got Jigsman, welcome as well. Says McTominay equals to Roy Keane in the first next future derby. It's on, yeah, man. So like, I don't want to say injured player, but I mean, someone's got to make him feel welcome to the Premier League, because if we don't do it, then I swear to God, I don't want to hear no fucking.
I do hope we do shut him down. Like, don't get me wrong. I want us to clown him and like, oh, he's just the next Lukaku who's not that good. I want that to happen. I just don't think it will. I think like he will score on this weekend.
Yeah, but if we can't welcome him properly into the Premier League, people cannot, in all due respect, put anything on Serie A with Uber Eats League and all this stuff. They can't, because Premier League defenders are supposed. This is what their bread and butter is. The bread and butter is rainy night. What is it? Rainy Wednesday night in Stoke, isn't it?
And windy, bro.
Yeah,
rainy,
that's the bread and butter.
windy.
Windy, rainy, cold nights and that. And I said it, when it gets cold in January, February, them Premier League defenders, them Maguire-esque defenders, they gotta have to figure it out. And whether they've played, and you know what, man, it could be beginner's luck, it could be newcomer's luck. He came into the Premier League, he's had a bit of luck. And I swear to God, if Haaland gets found out, and in the near future they say, oh yeah, he came into the league, they couldn't figure him out, so they figured him out now he's not performing, don't fucking forget me, because you lot rate Haaland so much already, and it's been 7 games into the league. That's it. You lot rate him so much. Let's go to some more comments. Mohammed says, it's disrespectful to football comparing Haaland to legend like Van Nistelrooy. He was more than a tap-in and much higher IQ. You gotta agree with that, Omar, right?
Do the fans even celebrate?
In terms of the poaching aspect, because Van Nistelrooy was a poacher, like the fox in the box, and Haaland is like the best fox in the box in world football right now. That's kind of what I was comparing to. Obviously, Van Nistelrooy probably has a more complete game. He was Dutch. Dutch players always have more complete games in them, but Haaland's also 22. He has a whole future ahead of him. He's not the finished product yet. So,
Omar, what do you want to say to that?
No, don't say to that. Grace pretty much said everything. There's nothing to add to it. Like you just said word for word.
Let's talk about Sancho then. Let's go on, Woodward. Sorry, go on.
Haaland, I think for now is the next big hype. So unfortunately, no matter what he does, everyone will talk about him. But I don't see it this game. I'm not feeling it. I don't believe it. I don't see him going to OT and
it's at the Etihad. We're away.
Oh, we're away first? Oh, I should have checked. Oops.
Yeah, we're away.
Yikes.
We're away this particular game first. So let me come to you, Omo, anyways. Big up football fan. Welcome to the stream. Lucky Singh says, I hope we close spaces for Manchester City players like Jack Grealish and Haaland of the world. Who Jack?
Who?
I don't know. Who?
Network issues.
Network issues. Let's go, Omo. Let's talk about your son.
The golden child,
Sancho, man. What can we expect from him this particular game?
This particular game, first half, before the 25 minutes, Sancho already scored. It's just that simple. Because they're gonna push so high up. They're gonna push so high up with the ball. Like somebody said it like a while ago, like the first 20 minutes of the game that matter. I'm not even sure. Maybe you're the one that said it. Like first 20 minutes of the game, is what determines how the match goes. Pretty much, they like to hold on to the ball. They're a possession-based team. They are fullback inverted. That's what he's gonna score the first goal. Let's go put it like that. He's gonna score the first goal. We're gonna win by 2 goals. That's what's gonna happen. And also, he should play 90 minutes.
He should.
Of course.
The question is,
90 minutes.
Can he?
But I know
he should.
Manager would do. We sub him up at 70. It doesn't matter. But
we got
we'll give him 75.
So listen,
but he did play 90 against Sheffield though, so I don't know.
But your son's attacking stats, are not as the same as Jack Grealish's attacking stats.
Listen, do you want goals? We're not holding on to the ball. We look for goals.
That's true.
We don't hold on to the ball. We look for goals, and that's what's been happening so far.
That's a fair point. I can't disagree with that.
We're gonna get our goals. The I'm not gonna add Anthony into this. Bruno, Rashford, Sancho will get the goals. And Ericsson just gonna, Ericsson, he's just gonna be fancy there.
I don't. Yeah. You know what? The crazy thing is, I don't disagree with you at all. If Sancho gets the goal for us, people will go crazy. He has to score this game. I think it'll be very important for him. He scored last game as well. But
Yeah.
to make a statement for international, missing out on international duty as well, I think it'll help his career.
Oh, yeah,
Griggs, what you
definitely.
telling me about Sancho, man? What?
Yeah, he did miss international. He has to score in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah. To prove
This,
Southgate that
this has to be his
South,
best game. Also, against
yeah,
his former team.
he has to prove something to Southgate, 100%. Griggs, what you telling me about Sancho?
Honestly, I have no idea how he's gonna play. I mean, I don't know what position he's gonna play. First of all, that's the first thing because we don't know what the attacking lineup. I'm gonna assume as of right now he'll play off the left. It's gonna be interesting because that means he's matched up against Kyle Walker, and Kyle Walker kind of plays as a center back for Man City in a way. He's a third man in the 3-2-5, whatever they set up in. So it'll be interesting. It's probably not the best matchup for him because Kyle Walker is quick and Sancho is not quick. So it'll be interesting. But Ten Hag also used him in a false nine role against Sheriff. Like he utilizing that. And Sancho has been drifting a lot more central this year, which he maybe listen to my advice because I said this guy's a central player more than a winger. So he's finally listening to people's advice. So it'll be interesting. But I hope he bags. I don't think he'll bag, to be honest with you. But he's the one player in the attack right now, unless Martial starts, that is known for their ball intention. So he's gonna have to help us, like help the defenders in a way, like reset and everything, and he'll be like the one to like keep the ball for like a couple minutes so we get back into shape and attack from there.
Ganso, what are you telling me about Sancho? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think he scores? Do you think he gets an assist? He has a good game, or does he be a bit quiet? Because there's the concerns about him trying to beat a man. And obviously, look, fullbacks of City, Cancelo and Walker. I'm thinking they both play this game, right, Griggs?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Maximum did a freaking job on Walker. He peppered him up. So can Sancho now do a job on the fullback and get something out of this game and maybe score?
I think he does score personally. I think he will score. He scored earlier this year in the same game, but I mean we lost that game 4-1, but I think he will score. It's just I think he will score, but I think he's going to have another quiet game because I think he has scored, but I think a lot of his games have been kind of quiet. So, yeah. Also on the Walker thing, I haven't watched Man City at all this year. I've seen like a couple chunks of games, but I've heard that Walker's kind of like losing his pace a bit. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yep, that is true. That is true.
But it's not enough for Sancho to be faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sancho's not a blisteringly fast player as well.
Sancho's like he's quick acceleration, but I don't think like he's like the fastest guy. Like I think like over a few yards he can beat him, but like I don't know.
Can I be honest though? Because if Martial starts, right, this is my thing. Considering now we're talking about Walker, if Martial starts, I'll be very honest. I want Sancho on the bench because I need that pace of Rashford to disturb Walker and run him around.
So Martial and Rashford, you're saying?
Yes, because I want Sancho to go and do his job at 100. Because no Sancho slander. I'm not slandering him. He fades at certain points of the game. Can't afford that in this game. So I would much rather him play a solid 45 minutes than a solid 45 and then somewhat 15. I would much rather him give 100% 45 minutes. And I would much rather Rashford bruise up Walker a bit. Make his legs tired, make him run him around a little bit, go keep his job busy. And when Sancho comes on with his stop-start football, it gives then Walker something else to think about in the game, which can cause a little bit of headache. If you keep in the same player in the same position for the same all throughout the game, the fullback can get used to you and start reading you. But if you swap that up, because obviously that's why wingers change positions to keep the fullbacks guessing. If we have Anthony and Rashford, maybe Rashford can go on the right side, Anthony comes on the left side, and then we swap Sancho with Anthony, whichever way. But I would think it makes sense for Sancho to come on in the second half and give the fullbacks a bit of headache that way, and maybe try and beat a man and put the ball in and get an assist or something like that. But I don't know. What your thoughts on that, Woodward? We'll come to you, and then we'll come to you, Griggs.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we do play like that, it would have to be Anthony on the right and Sancho on the left against Kyle Walker off from the start, because if we're playing Rashford down the middle, ultimately the ball from Bruno, the ball from Eriksen, that'll be straight at the last two defenders, last two men, while Sancho will be trying to work his way through the midfield and Anthony will be trying to stretch the players wide to the wing. I mean, Anthony could be the X factor though, because City don't really know him like that. So maybe he could stun us and show us a little bit of the 100 million. But I mean,
yeah, 100%. I think the 100 million question is going to be asked this game. Griggs, what about you?
I can't lie. I would never bring Sancho off. Sancho, if he doesn't start, then he doesn't play the game. I think for me, he's a terrible option off the bench because he's not. When you bring a player off the bench, it's more to like you need their aggressiveness, especially as an attacker. They're meant to like just kind of be like more aggressive. I think Sancho is the opposite of that. So I think he should start. And then, like you said, the 45 minutes part was correct, but I would play him the first 45. And then you bring on a Martial. And I agree with the part that I would never play him and Martial together, especially the game against City, because that's too, what's it called? It's not enough like pace. Like you need Rashford.
Yep,
That's why I said before the year, Rashford's the most important attacker for United because he's the only one that can stretch the defense. Martial don't do that. Sancho doesn't do that. Elanga does, but he's not at the level that I would want him to. No offense to him. Anthony, I don't think he is that. I think he's more similar to Sancho as a winger. So I think with Sancho, you start him.
Question for the panel: do you think the team is looking fitter? Omo, do you think the team is looking fitter?
Let me see. Based off international duty, I'll say yes.
Okay. What about you, Ganso? Do you think the team is looking fitter?
Yeah, definitely. We are yes, 100%. Yes, we are running a lot more. We look more intense. But I think for us to like build up like that Liverpool peak Arsenal fitness, it's gonna take like I think I've heard somewhere that it takes like 2-3 years for like that fitness to build up to that level. So, but just in general, yeah, I think we do look fitter.
I think there's a lot of scenarios that are playing through my head as people are commenting as well. Like, Anthony dragging two players with him, Rashford's pace in the middle, or Martial in the middle with Rashford on the left with that super pace. But in this game, we need pace. We can't have too many stop-start football, man. We can't have too many people trying to beat a man 1-1, 1v2. We can't, because City will just catch us out. We need serious pace. Pace wins you this game because Walker and Cancelo both, especially Cancelo, coming so high up on the pitch. If you don't have pace on that side, we're in trouble. And Anthony, he's definitely going to start. That's solid. We're going to come to the starting 11 now. We're going to make the starting 11. But I think Griggs, you hit the nail on the head. Is play Rashford, play Sancho, and then bring Rashford on second half and get that pace. Use that pace as an advantage. With Martial, maybe play Sancho, Rashford, and then move Rashford in the side and put Martial in the middle, which makes the most sense, like we did against the Liverpool game, which someone also mentioned previously in the comment section. Rashford's pace can give Walker major problems, says Jason. Mohammed says people look into stats like it's everything. Ronaldinho and Zidane stats were average but dictated games and loved by all. This is controversial, but Romario was a better striker than Ronaldo. Phenomenon. Oh, okay. A bit of history talk there. Lucky says Anthony can try to use two sides, left and right. That'd be ideal. Brazilian could help us massively in the game. Great to see Manchester United players staying in right condition. Let us know.
Just real quick, I feel like this
sure.
guy looked at a picture of Luke Shaw and got giddy.
I mean,
Listen,
I'm
this
not
guy
getting
contract
giddy,
with him.
but I will say testament to Luke Shaw for doing his thing. That's all I can say. You know, Luke Shaw's trying to revive his career because I don't know. Ten Hag is obviously brought in Malasia and international break wise, he's having his issues. But yeah, he's he's doing his thing, and that's all I can say.
Nah,
Respect to him, man.
I
But
think he wants a
let's
contract.
build the starting 11 and get this done and out the way as we come towards the end of the show. Big up everyone who's joined in as well. We've had a huge amount of turnout today, so love to everyone. Love to the members as well. Memberships are now open. If you want to become a member, you can do so and join the stream as well and have your say. So we'll start off and build our squad. 4-2-3-1 is the formation that I'm sticking to, unless you guys want to have a majority vote. But I will start with Heaton, and I will start with Lindelof in the back line.
Yo, you're moving mad, bro. Network issues. No,
Let
no, no, no,
me get back here.
I love doing
no.
this to you lot. I love
You
doing this.
know what? You actually
Yo.
wrong. Lindelof is on the right and Maguire's on the left. You see? Get him.
See, you did it wrong.
Right.
I love the wait. Let me do it like this, okay?
There
let
we
me
go.
let me do it like this. Hold on. How do I?
Bad. Put in Eric Bailly.
Oh, fuck. Come on. Where's? Let me get this right. Where? Bissaka's injured, right?
Brandon Williams.
Yeah, put
Williams is
Brandon
injured as
Williams.
well.
And
Listen, all their football in full effect, man. This is how we can beat them. This is how we can beat
Mctominay.
them.
Bruno.
Last time I did this, someone told me I was being Ole Gunnar Faz, and that name has just stuck with me, man. They're not letting that name go. But let's get serious. Let's do Martinez. We'll keep the back line. Obviously, everybody wants to keep the
Of
back
course.
line as
you can
it
never change
is.
that back line. Why would you do such thing like that?
At least make it Dubravka.
Dubravka's injured,
yeah.
so it's David here. Dubravka's injured.
No,
And
yeah.
we've got Dallo there.
They
My
might
guy,
have
Dallo.
they might have like 3 shots on target.
Let's do
City?
this. We got
Yeah.
Bruno.
I think maybe a little more than 3. Maybe like 4 to 7 shots on target.
Okay, let me just say in the first half, I'll give them 3.
Word. I could agree to that for sure. They'll be trying to start early, and we'll be trying to hit them on the counter.
Yeah.
But
I don't look. I'm Lucky Singh. I'm very interested to have you on the show at some point, because I don't know how. Like, you wanted us to play 4-2-2-2. I'm by the way you're coming in, you wanted Ole Gunnar football. You're glad Shaw got minutes. I think you agree Southgate is the man for the job. You want Maguire to have a great career and have a great testimonial at Manchester. I'm getting some vibes off you, and it's not the vibes that I'm normally expecting. It's different vibes, but
Vibes. Remember
yeah.
back in the day, I think last month or 2 months ago, I told you there were some Glazer people working in the chats.
Oh man,
I don't lie. There are Glazer people everywhere. Those spaces, there's a Glazer person in there.
they're
Social media
onto me.
team doing
They're
overtime.
onto me. They are definitely onto me. But it always is the conversation when it comes to the front 3. And I'll start off with you, Woodward.
front 3. You already know who's in the middle, bro.
He wants to stop Martial.
Oh my!
He wants to stop Martial.
Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right.
We'll start off with this.
Just put it up. Put it up.
Yeah, just put it up, and then we'll, 1 second. Where's it gone? And then we'll go from there. There we go. Cool. Right. And okay, cool. Omo, how do you want to change this?
Remove Martial out of here. Put Rashford there and put Sancho on the left. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because the way Bruno plays, Bruno take the ball. He want his forwards to run, and he's just gonna kick the ball long. He gets the ball to his feet. He look forward, and he's gonna kick that ball. So Rashid, Sancho, Anthony has to be ready.
He's gonna kick it only for them. If he's playing with Martial, he's gonna look for the link-up play.
What link-up play? Yeah, with
I
Sancho
agree
and
with that.
Anthony, they'll probably play more central.
Griggs, did you say you agree with that?
Yeah, because like remember Martial's best friend came when Bruno came. It's like Martial drops deep and Bruno's allowed to make them second striker runs, which he loves. Obviously, not gonna happen in this game because we're not gonna have the ball that much. But against a low block, for example, you have that link up between them. So Bruno doesn't always do the rugby kicks for like a Rashford in this game. It's used for this game, but against a low block, a Martial Bruno link up always worked. It used to work under Ole, to be honest.
So are you happy, Griggs? We'll come to you then.
By the way,
yeah.
we're playing against Man City. The people that like to hold on to the ball for like 70% possession, 80% possession. So it's like when we do get the ball, we have to do something with it. We can't be playing the same possession as them.
I mean, that's an option as well. Griggs, go on. Let's hear yours. Obviously, I've made a slight change. I hope you guys didn't see it, but
I definitely saw that.
We saw you.
We were watching you the whole time.
I just thought let me do it quickly. Let me do it quickly, see what people think. Griggs, what are you telling me?
Once you put Ericsson back in there, that's my 11.
So you want Ericsson in there?
Yeah.
You want Ericsson and bench Bruno?
No, Ericsson for Casemiro.
Really? You wouldn't want Casemiro to get some minutes
Off the bench. I think you stick with the winning formula. This specific 11 has won games and it's been the winning formula. So I think they deserve to continue.
That's a fair point. You stick with the winning formula. Why change something that's clearly working? What about you, Ganso? We'll finish off with you. What do you think of this?
Yeah, it's probably what I would go. Maybe I would put Casemiro in, but I don't really care either way. So this is fine.
Right. Me, I'm all about question, and this is very, very mythical, by the way, because it's not gonna happen. But what if how are we looking here? It's possible.
It is possible, but that's a bit questionable from Ten Hag, I would think.
It's possible.
Because Elanga does have the pace. Rashford has the pace, so they could run the right and left sides, try to beat the man. But then Sancho on the right, maybe pulling in with Bruno towards the middle a little bit.
Griggs is staring at the screen, wanting to punch the monitor.
No. If he does go Elanga for whatever reason, I think you got to put Anthony back in instead of Sancho. I mean, I could see that. I get the vision behind that front three somewhat, in a way. I think Anthony's crucial on the right because he could do the man mark job on Cancelo. I don't think Sancho has the fitness to do that because that means that would require him to chase Cancelo all game, and he absolutely because then if Sancho does that all game, then
we're not marking people.
So I think Anthony's crucial on the right. If you play Sancho on the right, Cancelo will tear him apart, like in terms of off the ball.
What about triple Anthony?
Triple Anthony. That's crazy.
I'll put Anthony on the right. Anthony has to be on the right because Sancho's not marking Cancelo. We don't have time for that. We're trying to score.
Okay. But I was gonna actually come to you or more as well. I mean, your second son, Elanga.
Well, second son? Actually, I would say he's my second son.
Yes, he is, 100%. 100%.
I like Elanga as in because he just does what the coach want him to do, which is just run at the defense. And his final ball will be bad or can be good, can be bad, 50-50, but he's gonna do the job of constantly run at the defender. Anthony has to be on the right. That's a guarantee. On the left, if Anton want to put Elanga on the left, I would say okay. I could see why he want to put Elanga on the left. So use double Anthony instead.
Telling you, triple Anthony is the way. You have pace.
I'm never bringing Martial into this team.
Never. Wow.
I'm ready. I'm never.
It's kind of crazy to say because considering every time we beat City in the last 4 years, Anthony Martial has been in that starting 11.
Great.
We never beat in City without Martial.
Listen,
thank you, bro.
He didn't help me against Liverpool. Watch what he did.
He did. He got this.
He did. He actually did.
Oh, Bo, you just mudded yourself, man. You just mudded yourself. Let's go to some of
He's
the.
never fit. You don't know what I don't like about Martial. He's never fit, and I get angry like you never fit. Like get out of here. Like if he's fit, I'll be okay. If he's fit and playing bad, I'm like okay, he's fit, but he's playing bad. But you never feel like go heal your legs. Get better legs. Come back, Cyberpunk. Do something.
By the way, Anthony Martial is only coming to give you 35 minutes. By the way,
Oh my, yeah, he's gonna come in for Sancho. You know
That's
what?
all he needs.
for
All
every
he needs is
minute,
35.
for every minute above 35 minutes that he's playing, he's gonna be injured for that many games.
You're actually not. You're not. That's actually serious. He does play more. He maybe play like 45 at most. But
We cracked the code on Martial.
I think he starts against the Cypriot team next week, though. I think you're going to see him and Ronaldo start together.
Ganso, what do you
We
think
like-
of this lineup?
We
Sorry?
play the Cypriot team, then we play another Premier League, then we play the Cypriot team again, right?
Yeah.
Everton is the team we play next weekend.
Waste Club.
I'm pretty sure.
James Gunner's gonna cook us for selling him.
No, he's not.
Who?
Yeah.
Liam says, "Get Elanga off that screen." Ganso, what do you think of this lineup? This formation and this lineup if Ten Hag goes with this? Because we saw Elanga against Liverpool, right?
I don't want to see Elanga, man.
But we saw him against Liverpool.
I know he has pace and he does do what we need to get. He does do like the job running at the defense. I just think his final ball, I don't know, man. I'd rather not see him, but it depends what Ten Hag's game. This is just something I'm very curious to see. It's been 3 weeks since we've played, so it depends exactly when he wants to go. But I'd rather play Rashford out wide and Martial up front than play Elanga.
Thank you.
No, against Liverpool, Elanga gave Trent a yellow card, so he could give Kyle Walker a yellow card.
You know, there is
That is
another
true.
option.
That's true.
There is another option as well.
Not the false football.
Oh, boy. You know,
Sancho
what?
doesn't have the
Huh?
intensity to play the mid.
I've waited for this my whole life.
I knew it. I knew it. This is exactly why I did it. This is exactly why I did it. I did it because I knew Omo was going to say something. I knew this is exactly. Look, I even gave you the main stage.
Dortmund. We had this formation in Dortmund in a way.
You believe in this kid so much. You want him to play 10 so bad.
I
And
want-
recently, there's been some conversation about him playing the 10 anyways.
There's some conversation about him playing the 9 or the false 9 when Rashford and Martial was injured. Like either way, Sancho's gonna start, so I'm not worried about that at all. If he's gonna play 90 minutes, that's another issue. Also, I don't like when Ten Hag make a substitution and bring in Fred and take away the whip. So we'll see if he does that here again.
Let's go through some of the comments quickly before I come to Griggs on this. Spilling Media says Anthony will play for sure. Sancho will go on the left. He also says Malacia and Dallo are the ones controlling the game. He always play throughout them. Muhammad Ali, big up, supporting the channel as well. Says 4-3-3 single pivot Casemiro with 2 8s of Eriksen and Bruno will overload City's half and limit their high line with Anthony, Sancho, and Rashford. Anthony will limit Cancelo's attack. Griggs?
Not against City. I wouldn't do that. That's too risky.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. You're a bit low.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't play a single pivot against the City. Not for me.
Too much work for Casemiro alone to take on?
Yeah, I don't think Bruno. I don't think Bruno and Eric's. I mean, Bruno does have the legs. I just don't think. I don't think Ten Hag has utilized that like lineup yet in training. I don't think he's actually. So since that hasn't happened in training yet, I wouldn't use it against City. I would do like that formation against a low block, in my opinion. I think that's probably the best one against a low block. So I want to see that against like Everton next week, maybe. That'd be nice to see.
I feel like that's something you try in the Europa League against this next team. It's not something you do against Man City for sure.
Akshay says you can all have your opinions, but the team tomorrow will be David De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, McTominay, Ericsson, Bruno, Sancho, Rashford, Anthony Martial. I think he means Martial and Joga Bonito.
No, I
No,
think me and Anthony
That's
View.
sorry,
Anthony.
he means
Nah, I
Sancho,
think he
Rashford,
means
and Joga Bonito.
Martial
Sorry,
too.
yeah,
He definitely
Yeah.
means Martial.
Yeah, I
he
would.
means.
That lineup is 100% guaranteed. Like
I think that's the lineup.
McTominay has been playing so well. Like you're playing well, continue playing well.
Spilling Media says if you play Elanga, Malacia or Dalot need to mark 2 players. Believe in Elanga's development. I want to believe as well. Elanga is a baller. I mean, he's
I don't
he's a
know.
good player. He's a good player. He's just doing simple things. He's not doing too much, but he's shown signs of he can be a man. He's fast. He can give an assist. He's shown signs, and I think he just needs to develop it. Has he gone and set the whole world on fire as a young baller up and coming? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
He's
There are
20.
20-year-old ballers in the world who are killing the game, absolutely. So I appreciate that. But he's still doing his thing at the moment. That's all we have, and that's all we can go off, right?
I mean, he's the golden boy candidate, so I mean, he's clearly doing something
Oh,
right.
you stop with your golden, please. Please stop that. Stop that. Griggs, you were saying something?
No, I said Langa's a good squad player. Like, not every youth player is gonna be a world beater and gonna be like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Spilling Media wants Bruno out. He doesn't want Bruno in the squad. Big up Mark Harris as well. Nice to see you. Says good evening, Faz. Nice to catch the stream. Ten Hag building nicely. He is. Need to start Iqbal a baller, man. Iqbal starting. I don't think that's happening this season, unless we're gonna go
In the Europa League, maybe.
Europa or some Carabaos or something. Iqbal start is gonna be a while away. Leslie says, honestly, single pivot. Our team is not yet there against a team like City. Nope. So they disagree. Let's settle this final 11 then. I mean, Rashford, Sancho on the left, it has to be, and he's gonna be a Bruno in the middle, and I think that's just the most safest option to go with, and that's what's gonna happen. And you will see Bruno and Ericsson do this role with McTominay here at times. You'll see McTominay and Bruno in here with Ericsson in here at times. And that's just how it's going to work. But McTominay's got an absolute, for me anyways, which obviously you lot have been here, you've heard me. This guy has the most important role out of everyone in that game on Sunday. If you ask me, I think he has to facilitate all this section, whilst, because Varane is not the strongest centre back. Let's be real, he's not that strong. He's very fast. Martinez is very strong, so he'll have to do a job around this region to make sure he's keeping that strength and that muscle, man, and doing some of that dirty job. I'd like him to pick up, as weird as it sounds, yes, I'd like him to pick up a yellow card tomorrow.
That's
There has to be
inevitable.
certain players who, sorry, go on.
That's going to happen fast. 100%.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. I think it'll be him picking up a yellow card. I think Martinez picks up a yellow card. Believe it or not, I think Dalot picks up a yellow card because Anthony and Dalot have to do a job on Cancelo around this region roughly. Cancelo whipping the ball in. I think one of them two will pick up a yellow card for sure. And those three players, those three players will have to bear some yellow cards for us tomorrow.
I believe if McTominay gets a yellow card, he's out for the Everton game next week.
And I wouldn't mind, because if that's the case, we can
play Casemiro.
100%. But someone has to be the bearer of yellow cards for us.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be McTominay.
And McTominay is doing the dirty job. He's got a high vis on. He's carrying the rubbish and the trash. But you have to put respect on his name. Are we happy with that? Are we happy with that lineup then?
That looks solid.
It looks solid. And
I think you're also going to see Malacia kind of play inverted a little bit, because in that right hand, that space between Malacia and McTominay, that is where De Bruyne occupies that right hand. He's a right wing fielder in a way. That's like the area. So you're going to see Malacia kind of invert a little bit to kind of help McTominay, because it's not going to be a one-man job for McTominay. Otherwise, it'll be a long day.
So you mean around this here?
Yeah, I think you'll see Malacia there, because Kyle Walker inverts anyway. So,
and Sancho doesn't come back much.
Yeah,
he by the time he comes back, it's too late.
He's not coming back there.
It's too
And if
late.
City start like Alverez, for example, who's not
So,
that
yeah,
bad,
Bruno
he's
will.
behind.
Anthony will come back up to here. He does help out a lot, but you can't expect that from Sancho. So it'll have to be a Lisandro Martinez helping out here, Varane staying in the middle, and maybe a McTominay, like I said before, doing a job around this region, and Eriksen can stay in that middle position. So you could see that happening as well. You could see that happening, but I do agree with you. But my concern with Malacia is he's still not shown me that he can whip a ball inside the box.
It's true.
In all honesty, he hasn't. So that's one of
Right.
my
He
concerns.
hasn't been playing too many crosses.
I don't think he's been told. I don't
He might have
remember
one.
Sorry, go on, Ganso.
I don't think he's because Delo overlapped with Anthony. I don't think Malacia is like told to overlap with Sancho because like you see Malacia invert a lot. But I don't remember him too many times like overlapping on Sancho and then putting the cross. Like I don't think he's just like been in that position at all. I don't remember that at least.
Nah, he hasn't been. He's pretty much been inverted. Both of them are.
But in his previous club, he was notorious for whipping balls in from around this region.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, he was pretty much playing left
To be
back.
fair, we also don't have an aerial threat striker.
Yep, I was just gonna come to that. You are right.
That's fair. That's
It's not
true.
like, but what if? Okay, what if? I'm sorry, but you guys have to.
Oh, he ain't touching that pitch.
Grandpa Ronnie, maybe after 65.
Wow,
No,
wow,
he-
wow, wow, wow.
Damn,
wow.
Grandpa, yo, at least I
Network
call him Theo.
Network issues. He called him grandpa. Network issues. That's hella network. That's mad network issues, man. That's mad network issues.
No. Listen,
No, I'm just
he can't
kidding.
play.
But like,
He can't play. He can't play.
he can't do 90 for sure.
Griggs,
I would honestly put Alanga
Right.
on before him
I said Ronaldo. And for me, when they were doing, I said
you
Ronaldo.
put
ain't touching
Elanga before Ronaldo.
I do the same
as a
thing.
sub. I think so. I
Against
would.
City, I do the same thing. But Ronaldo should not be touching that unless we really like need a goal.
If
Bro,
Ronaldo,
if we're
Ronaldo
up
plays,
3-1.
don't play in a way.
If we're winning or in a draw, I'm not bringing Ronaldo on.
Leslie quickly ask 1 second actually. Spilling Media asks, how do you guys feel about ETH protecting Maguire in the press conference? Nothing. I don't feel any way because he's notoriously known for protecting players in public in the media even when they're not playing good. So I'm okay with that. ETH has to protect them all. There is no need to rock and ship when we have a good feeling growing. That's right. I agree. Tired of watching Maguire being protected. When Dalot overlaps, Malacia stays back and helps with the center backs. Yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah, Greg, sorry, you were saying something about Ronaldo?
Yeah, like I said, if we're winning or it's like a 1-1, I'm not bringing Ronaldo on. Like I said, like he makes his.
You are right. Ronaldo does this thing with his hand, asking people to press, and people are coming in, and that's when fullbacks have all this free reign here to try and do some damage.
Look at all that space for Cancelo to like occupy.
We need players to stay out wide. We need fullbacks and the wingers to keep this area really tight. Extremely, it needs to be extremely tight. And Bruno, or whenever he collects the ball, Eriksen, whenever they collect the ball, let me get rid of this guy because
I think Eriksen plays on the left and McTominay plays on the right in that pivot. Yeah.
Cool. I agree. That's fine. And yeah, that ball should be getting whipped in by either Eriksen to Bruno or from Bruno to Rashford. But you have to see those balls coming in. But these guys, in the Arsenal game, I said the game is won and lost in the midfield. But in this particular game, I think the game is won and lost in the flanks. Do you guys agree? Disagree?
I agree.
I think so too. Yeah.
Agree. With Sancho on the left, I don't think he has to worry about Kyle Walker because Kyle Walker is not gonna push up that like crazy.
Anthony needs to run at Cancelo.
Cancelo is a problem.
Big problem. A huge problem. That outside the boot cross is no fucking joke, Griggs.
But it's insane pass.
I see Sancho drifting center in a way and Rashford going left as the match goes on. Like in a way, I don't know how. Like he's gonna come in center and Rashford be going left, they're gonna be interchanging with each other.
Do we know which City center backs are in? Because I think Stones is out, but
It's gonna be
is
Diaz.
Laporte out?
It's gonna be Diaz.
I think it's
One
Diaz,
got injured, right?
Diaz and Akanji.
Doesn't Akanji is the bozo gene, so like stay on him.
Griggs, do you want to run through the starting 11 for City?
Yeah, I think it'll be Ederson, Akanji, Diaz, Cancelo, Walker, Rodri, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Foden, Haaland.
No Silva.
Silva on the right. I think Silva plays off
Oh,
the wing.
okay, yeah. So you put Rodri, De Bruyne, and
Gundogan.
then you put Haaland.
Foden and Silva.
Wait, so Myers is not back yet? Okay, we're good.
No, Mars is sitting on the bench. I think you're seeing him getting phased out of City.
I don't like him. He's one of those players like I'm like, this guy again.
Hassano says Man United won the game easily. Bruno will run freely, says Jason, and Ricky says City will win 3-2. It's a lot of mixed.
Bruno's gonna kick his hollow pass to Rashford all day.
But listen, let me wrap this up. Sunday, big game tomorrow, man. Big game, man. Big derby tomorrow, guys. Let me tell you, this weekend is a very important weekend in the world in Premier League football this year. Very important. 2 derbies back to back. Both derbies, 4 teams competing for top 4. One of them possibly competing. I'm sorry, with all due respect, 2 of them possibly competing for the title as it stands.
Okay.
As it stands, yeah, as it stands, not like, yeah, as it stands, but 2 of them competing for the title charge as it stands. 2 of them looking to solidify themselves in the top 4 conversation and start going into that second gear into the season. Because teams are still in first gear, if you ask me. Nobody's gone in second gear yet. So Arsenal versus Spurs. We'll do a quick touch on that. We'll start with you, Omo. We'll go to Griggs, Woodward, and Ganso, and then we'll end with me and call it a night. Omo, Arsenal versus Spurs.
I want Spurs is gonna win. Human Son.
Harry, no sugar cane. Can he put some sugar in the game and make
care
something happen?
I don't care about sugar cane. Give me Son. Human Son scored a free kick. He never did that before. Where you learned that from? When players do stuff they never did before, I'm like, wait, where did you learn that from? Oh, they're winning there.
Man, Son.
Also, he scored a hat trick, and I said the hat trick was of the defensive mistake. He take no chances. Any chance you give him, he's gonna shoot. He just shoot first player.
Why do people like Ganso and Liam do not talk and shout about and twerk for Son?
No, I like Son a lot.
Son scores with his left, with his right. He makes England look shy. This guy is serious.
I would take him, but isn't he is he 30 now or something?
He's 30.
I would take
30
him.
is the new 20s, man. Relax. 30 is the new 20s. Because Neymar's 20 years old.
Today.
Griggs, what are you telling me about Arsenal Tottenham?
Arsenal 3-1.
What?
Spurs don't win at Emirates.
Network issues, man.
All this
fucking hell, man. Network
all this
issues.
number game.
Bro,
I don't know why
you know Spurs haven't won at the Emirates in over 11 years.
Didn't they beat them 3-0 last year?
It was at their ground. It wasn't at Emirates. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spurs don't win at the Emirates.
They have Conte. You know who Conte is?
I don't care if they have Conte. I don't care if they have Jose Mourinho.
Exactly.
You don't care who Conte is,
bro. Spurs and psychologically just
Griggs,
don't
man.
win at Emirates. It's just they don't win at
All
Emirates.
right.
Griggs, you had a great show today.
Sunday.
But you are just like these stat man. You are just like them. I have fucking noticed, yeah. These stat men, they're all the same. They do this. How the fuck you telling me you don't rate Conte, man?
No, I rate Conte.
Conte,
just said
Dark
I don't
Art,
care who the manager
Son.
of Spurs is.
Kulusevski.
It's
You see that
Spurs.
front line?
Kulusevski.
He's injured anyway. Kulusevski's injured. He's not playing tomorrow. But it's in Spurs' DNA for them to not win at Arsenal. They just don't do it. It just doesn't.
Okay.
Even like United at Anfield, like we don't win at Anfield. We've done it a couple times, like in the last 20. It's a rare thing for Spurs. They don't win at Emirates. It's just how it is. If
You
the game
see-
was at Tottenham, I'd reverse the score. I say Spurs 3-1. Just
like
whoever the home team is.
Eric Ten Hag says all era comes to an end. He said that, and it's beginning to happen. It's fading to the Premier League little by little. Spurs is gonna beat Arsenal, and you're gonna watch.
I'm gonna say Arsenal.
Man, Griggs, man.
I think Arsenal win as well.
It's the home team, bro. Whoever the home team is in that fixture wins always. It's how it is.
It's Antonio Conte.
Bro,
The man
okay,
brought his hairline back.
and when he was
the
at
man
Chelsea,
sat-
Arsenal slapped him up at the Emirates.
He sat on a chair and he looked into the camera and he said, I might not be good enough for this job. This is Antonio fucking Conte. Won the league on his first year in
Bro,
the
that's
Premier League.
Bro, it's in Spurs DNA though. It's like Harry Kane. He's gonna have a stinker tomorrow because like it's a big game. It's how
But
it is.
that I agree with because you're Hurricane FC as well. So
Who's Harry Kane FC?
you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm definitely not Harry Kane FC.
Yes, you are. Because
He's
you're
Martial
writing
FC.
articles about Harry Kane breaking Wayne Rooney's record when it happens.
Absolutely not. I have not done that. I
You're-
fight to defend Wayne Rooney.
You, Marcel, and a couple of others, you lot love wanting to do this Harry Kane to Manchester United propaganda.
Absolutely no. Go on my Twitter. I said I do not want Harry Kane at Man United. I do not want Harry Kane.
You sure?
I'm sure I do not want Harry Kane at Man United.
Because I don't want to hear this after Harry Kane scores and does something
That's
and
great
does
for
his
him.
celebration.
Yeah, he
I already
does
have my shirt
too.
I want next year. I already have my sight set on my shirt. This is definitely not Harry Kane.
Woodward, what are you telling me about Spurs versus Arsenal versus Spurs?
Clean draw, 2-2, very boring, late goals, maybe a little excitement post 85th minute, but nothing really to talk about. Maybe, a Jesus goal here, a light Son goal, maybe a double, but I wish we had Son at United.
Did you say, oh yeah, you said Son at United, yeah. For some reason I thought you said Kane, but 100% I agree with you. But Son is at United, just not in real life on my FIFA. So let's not worry about that. And so is Neymar. Let's go to Ganso. Ganso, Spurs, Arsenal. What are you saying?
I think Arsenal will win 2-0.
Man,
I think
Clean
I
sheet.
don't know. I think though that this is just a general prediction. One of these two teams are going to finish second this year, and I think like if Spurs go and win tomorrow, then they're finishing second easily,
I agree with
and
that.
Arsenal will finish like fourth. I think one will finish second, and the other one will finish fourth. That's my prediction.
that's so much network issues. Like so much network issues just happened right now. I can't even see the screen. My screen's gone
Season
just
already,
crazy.
Second.
You guys are crazy, man.
Same with us. Like I say, if we beat City on Sunday, we're finishing top 4. It's a guarantee.
The thing is-
I say that too. I think that too as well.
If we beat City on Sunday, we're guaranteed to finish top 4. It's a guarantee.
The thing is, I'm a hypocrite. And I contradict myself. And I'll say it because I personally said Spurs do not come top 4. And now I'm sat here saying Spurs will beat Arsenal. So I'm a hypocrite and I'm a cheat. I'm a disgrace. So yeah, I just want to clear that out.
If we beat
But-
City, we are winning the league, not
We're not
top
winning the
4.
league. We're
All
not
winning the league.
We're not winning the league.
Okay, just watch what happened after Sunday and every other day afterwards.
If we win the league, I will shave my head bald like Eric Ten Hag. I swear to God.
It's about time.
I will
About
shave my head
time.
bald like Eric Ten Hag.
It's
This year,
about
this
time.
season, bro. We are
If
not.
we win the
this
league and Martial has 25 goals,
If we
I'll get
beat-
him
if
at
we
it.
beat Man City, no. When we beat Man
We
City,
are
we're winning the
not
league.
winning this league.
Man, this is a lot of shit going on right now, man. Almost.
Manchester City. Okay.
We beat Man City before and we didn't win the league. It's nothing new.
That was then. This is now. This is everything called now. I'm not going back. I'm not talking about the past. The past is the past. I'm talking about now.
If we win at Anfield, I'll be more believable that we win the league because we never win at
We're
Anfield.
gonna- when we go to Anfield, we're gonna beat them too. But first, let's go to Etihad and have some fun. They had a nice stadium, nice jumbotron. Let's go have some fun and beat them. And we go to the next home team and we beat them too. This year is easy. It's free. It's free. Man City. I don't know who's second. They gotta fight for second. I don't know who's second.
Liverpool are not in the conversation right now as well.
Liverpool finishing third.
Liverpool.
Oh my
Just to
God.
argue about
Liverpool.
Trent being in the national team. Liverpool?
I can't
not
lie.
with that, man.
I do think Liverpool. I think Spurs finish outside top four as well. I don't think they'll sustain in the league. Their performances have not been that good.
Man, this is some crazy talk today, man. This is crazy talk. Um, okay, okay. I listen, this is my thing. I think it is a draw. As boring as I sound, I think it's a draw. I think Arteta will learn from the mistake he made against United. I think Conte will know exactly how to get into Saliba and how to not control but pull back Saka a bit and how to roughen up Martinelli. And I think that way he will be able to get a result. I think it will be 2-2. I think it'll be 2-2. Um and yeah, and a draw, believe it or not, helps everyone. It
I hope
actually
it's a
helps.
draw. I really hope it's a
It
draw.
helps
That'd be
everyone for the
perfect.
table. Uh, Tomorrow, United, Tottenham, and Liverpool win. We in top four. Tottenham and Liverpool win. Yeah. Well, I need them guys to draw. I need Liverpool to draw, Tottenham to draw, and I need us to win. So yeah. But big up everyone for joining in as well. Love to all. A huge turnout today. We've got the watch along tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the Arsenal Spurs watch along because I want to see what Conte does against Arteta. I really want to understand if Arteta is about that life, if he's really about that life, because he can do his light bulb, and if it's a rabbit or a duck, all he wants, and lose his voice and throw some stuff around in the changing room. But is he really about that life like Conte is? And tomorrow is the day we find out. But yeah, big up everyone, big up Griggs, big up Omo, big up Woodward, and big up to Canso as well for joining in. I will be going to the City game, so I'm gonna try and make a couple things, vlogs here and there. Then I've got the Everton game afterwards as well. But yeah, peace and love to everyone. Take it easy, and see you all tomorrow at the